Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm
what's
great.
up? Nice
How
to
are
see
you?
you. What's going on? You ready to start the Major League Baseball playoffs today, Terry? You
Sure.
ready for all that action?
Absolutely.
Do you want to start your own little pool? Do you realize? Oh, geez, wrong song.
Wrong
Do you
title.
realize that it's the first time in 102 years that this has happened? What is this?
Really? You're gonna ask me?
That's right. First time. I mean, when you're talking about baseball,
Jeez.
you're hard-pressed. Oh, I know you love to be hard-pressed, Terry.
I do.
You're hard-pressed to find something that hasn't happened for 102 years. Something has happened as we head into the baseball postseason that hasn't happened
In 102 years.
for 102 years. It happened in 1906.
Okay.
Not some little small footnote thing.
All right.
It's a sizable thing.
Sizable, huh?
It's not like, they lifted the ban on toothpicks as far as in players' mouths. No, it's not something as obscure as that. Hasn't happened since 1906. It's happening now. What is it? Gotta guess.
I have to guess. Okay, I will guess that a player has played in championship for two different teams.
Hey. I don't even understand your guess.
That a player.
Because I don't understand your guess, Terry.
That's so typical, is it not? I mean,
Because I
really.
don't understand your guess, I have to say that you're right.
All right. Nice job.
All right. I'm sorry. What was your guess?
Saying
now?
that a
Milestone.
player
Yeah.
in one season.
Do you understand your guess?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
throwing it out.
I understand. I believe that's
Because
the case.
I really have no idea. Because
All right, you
I'm
wanna
not
know
a
what it
huge
is?
baseball
I'm not going to
person.
prolong this.
Yeah, don't.
Even the hugest baseball people don't know the answer to
Oh,
this question,
really?
I'm sure,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Even someone who's a big fan of baseball, loves the postseason, loves the playoffs, blah, 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 is not aware. Well, we all know that the Chicago Cubs are trying to win their first championship since 1908, so that's not it.
Okay.
That's exactly the 100-year anniversary. The Chicago Cubs have not won the World Series since 1908. Last I checked, this is 2008, Terry.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be kind of fitting if on the 100-year anniversary of them winning the World Series, and they haven't won since, if they won this time around?
Yeah, that would be something.
That's something
Yeah,
I think that one a lot of baseball fans are aware of. Baseball fans are aware of that one.
Okay.
But
But in 102 years.
let me give someone a guess out there. Bob!
Bob.
Big Bob. Yes, Big. Oh, it's Bob. Yes, Big Bob. What's up? What's your guess?
Is it that the Yankees or the Red Sox haven't been in the postseason?
Well, it's been a number of years since. Well, the Red Sox are in the postseason, by the way. This
Oh, they
year.
are?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, they're in the
I didn't
playoffs,
follow
and
it.
they're one of the favorites, by the way. But who's counting? And even if the Red Sox weren't in the playoffs, that hasn't not happened since 1906.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking they haven't been in. Well, either them and.
Yeah,
the Red
I know
Sox.
what you're thinking, but no, it's not right. I was going to give you $100,000 cash if you'd have got the answer
Dang,
right. Wow.
Bob.
You didn't nail it, Big Barbarino. So sorry to tell you, enjoy the playoffs without your extra $100,000. But nice, thanks for checking in early, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, everything he says twice.
Yeah.
Bob,
Bob, and
yeah. Bye. Yes. No,
Okay,
the
so
Red Sox are very much in the playoffs.
Okay.
The Yankees are not. First time the Yankees haven't been in the playoffs in about a decade.
Okay.
And that's a nice welcome change. And, yeah.
You said you weren't going to prolong it, so I'm just
All right,
for you to...
you want it right now?
Yes,
Oh.
because
And then I'll give you the answer to the trivia question.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first time.
Uh-oh.
And for all our legion of fans living in Chicago, maybe you had the answer to this. But outside of Chicago, I doubt it. It's the first time the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs are in the playoffs at the same time since 1906.
Wow.
That's right.
Cool.
I know you're a more well-rounded person now than you were ever before in your life, that you have that information. at your
That is
fingertips.
so true.
That's right. Go to the
Jeez.
bars this afternoon, Terry. Hit him with that. And
Wow, that is...
have a Stein on me.
Okay, I will have a Stein on you. I'm
And I'll
sure...
have the Steiner on you.
She says, fill up a Stein.
Mm. Look at all these weird guesses. Come on, no one's got it right.
That was the first time Pinella combed his hair in 100 years.
Well, that's over 100 years.
Oh, over
102 years,
okay.
yeah. And he's He's only 101, so do the math. Anyway.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the
I
White
guess.
Sox and the Chicago Cubs haven't been in the playoffs together since 1906, and I know you were only a teenager back then, Terry, so it's been a while.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm. So you got that. Everything kind of falls back on Chicago right now.
Yeah, it seems to me
This
then,
is Chicago's time.
All right.
And those Chicagoians, or whatever they call them, are always kind of lost in the shuffle of this country. You know, they're not East Coast, they're not West Coast. No one knows what the hell they are.
Kind of there.
This is their moment. I mean, they had a nice little NBA situation going on for many a year there with Michael J. and all that junk. But but their baseball teams are just, a disaster. Yeah, the White Sox won in 2005, but first time
In 102 years.
102
both
years.
Chicago clubs.
both their teams
Yeah.
are in the playoffs since 1906.
Wow.
And the
Very-
Cubs haven't won the World Series since 1908.
Wow. So it's actually kind of.
And the Cubs are the favorites to win it all, although the Anaheim Angels had the best record in baseball this year. So now you got it all.
I do.
All right.
Thank you
How
very
about Steve
much.
Bartman throws out the first pitch for the Cubs.
They should have that.
Can you imagine?
I don't know if he'd get booed or cheered.
He would get absolutely booed and killed.
Mm-hmm.
I
Killed, not just booed, but killed.
think they still hate him there.
They
That'd
didn't-
be a good way to break the curse.
They didn't forgive Bill Buckner for letting the ball go through his legs for the Red Sox until the Red Sox won the World Series in
Right.
2004.
Right.
Then they decided we forgive you.
It's okay now.
It took almost 20 years to forgive, and it took a championship to get him to forgive. So Bartman, tell us, Terry, tell us who Steve Bartman is.
I have no idea, and I'm just going along with it.
Terry, this is something that happened only like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Tell us who Steve Bartman is.
I don't know.
It's a big story. It's not some hack sports story. It's a big story.
It was a big, like, human interest meets sports, fan meets player type story. Does that give you a hint?
Is it the guy who?
You're on the right track.
When,
I can feel it.
I can't.
Doesn't matter.
It had to do with a home run.
Yeah, you're getting colder, but you're still on the right track, I think.
Exactly.
He caught the
Oh.
some record-breaking home run.
Yeah. No, now
okay.
you're way off.
Okay.
I think you're on the right track with the interference routine, though.
No, she didn't say interference, though.
Oh.
Oh,
He just
he
caught a
was-
home run.
It was
Yeah.
about 5 years ago, I think it was. I think it was 2003. The Cubs were in the series. They had it under control against the Florida Marlins. They're prepared to just win the last game that they needed to win and coast into the World Series. And then in the 8th inning. Don't you remember, Terry? A fan reached out into the field of play. Actually, he didn't reach out into the field, or else it would have been fan interference.
Yeah, the guy jumped in. The stand.
Moises Alou
Oh, yeah.
had his glove prepared to make the catch, just like one row into the stands. And Steve Bartman, a fan, with all his Cubs gear on,
Name like Steve Bartman.
reached up higher than Moises Alou. Of course, he was propped up a little higher, and took the ball away, which caused the Cubs to need to get one more out that they would have had right then and there. Well, the Marlins put together a 5-run rally.
Oh,
and,
jeez.
Base it.
the Cubs, error, base it,
That's
error,
right.
base it. Another run scores. Oh, my gosh, the Cubs have lost their lead. Oh, my gosh, they're going to lose this game. Oh, they lost game 7 too. Oh, it's over for the Cubs.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
I do.
That
I
was
do
amazing.
remember that incident. Yes, but I didn't realize that it was his name. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff.
you
But I
don't.
do remember that incident. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
That was the Cubs'
Wow.
only good chance in the last 100 years to win a World Series.
Thanks to a
But
fan.
they're back.
Yeah, they're not allowing fans in to watch the games this time around.
Sorry.
They're not selling the first 10 rows of the stadium.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Terry.
Exciting time for Chicago.
A little hump day action going on today.
I know. Ready to go.
Is the first baseball playoff game like before the show even ends this morning or what? Usually,
Starts this morning, yeah.
Usually it's like 9 o'clock in the morning
That's what I
West
think.
Coast time, but I don't know. I didn't hear anywhere that that's the case today.
I don't know why it wouldn't be. I
It
think
should
is,
be.
Yeah.
Just not hearing the buzz on it. That's all right.
Had the one-game playoff yesterday. That was sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
kinda
it's like
started
So it's
yesterday.
like it already started.
Yeah.
We will come back and get things started right after these words.
The T-Man Show. Now buddy Travis Barker is headed back to California, but is he vowing never to fly again?
Oh.
That's true.
All right.
People magazine reports a close friend says Travis, who's returning by bus, won't get on another plane.
Well, I mean, if there's one person that you can't blame for never getting on a plane,
No kidding.
it's Travis Barker, who this time, like 10 days ago, was on fire
Yeah.
because of a plane.
He's got a good excuse, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, when some people say, well, I won't fly, you're like, oh, you realize it's much safer to fly than ever get in a car. Well, no, I just won't fly. It doesn't seem safe to be floating in the air like that. And it's hard to understand, but Travis Barker was on fire.
Yes, he
when
was.
his plane crashed. It's hard to say to him, "Oh, what are you, pussy?"
Finally, someone got to use stop, drop, and roll, though. I mean, they've like ingrained that into our brain, but no one ever gets to use it.
Yeah, but if you're on fire, you don't think to stop, drop, and roll. You think, "Ow, this hurts."
Right, so why do they ingrain that into our brains when we're young?
Well, they hope that it may work out for you, but
No one's ever caught on fire.
you never want to find out if it's stuck into your head. No one's ever caught on fire that you know?
You know anyone's caught on fire?
I think you got to speak for yourself, yes.
Catches on fire.
About every other friend I've ever had.
So, yeah, I was leaning over a campfire one time, dropped a quarter on the ground, and reached over to get it, and Jesus.
I was really hungry for a s'more. It was at the bottom of the bonfire, I did the swan dive right on in there.
Right, but we've all memorized it for some reason.
Yep.
Stop, drop, and roll.
I'll never forget it ever as long as you live.
Well, all I
is
know is
true.
this. The last earthquake we had, which was like 2001,
Right?
when Angela was going to BCC at the time, right?
Love BCC chicks.
And
Couldn't quite
So
get it.
does
so did I.
Not smart enough to get into UW, but still hot.
Well, she transferred to UW and
Not her
graduated from there.
necessarily,
But anyway.
the 18-year-olds.
Yeah, thanks so much. Anyhow, while she was at
really smart,
that
swear.
particular community college,
Yes.
the professors there are so on top of the game that when the earthquake hit, she was in class, and the teacher looked at the entire class, looked into the faces of the students as the earth was shaking and said, "Stop, drop, and roll!"
Come on.
And one of the students looked up and said, "Isn't that for a fire?"
Really?
And she goes, "Well, then get under a desk."
She couldn't remember
Couldn't remember.
which one it was?
Yes.
See, that's the problem.
The teacher, I swear,
believe
according
you.
to the story she told me, told the students to stop, drop, and roll during the earthquake.
And what's that going to do for the earth?
Yeah, I know.
How does that help the earth stop rumbling, teacher?
Yeah, she got a little confused. So,
Well, that's the problem with ingraining that crap into our brains when we're younger.
and this is your higher institution of learning.
Right.
I was at your gym
Establishment.
hiding under a table.
Yeah, I remember we were going to play basketball
I look
at
over
the
at
gym.
the pool, there's big giant waves sloshing
Oh,
around.
my
Like,
God.
holy
You're like, "Oh, wow, wave pool? Wow, you got a lot from your membership fees here."
wow, that's really a cool amenity here.
Yeah, I remember. Do you remember that earthquake in
I
2001? It was
do.
more of a roller kind
It
of.
was. Yeah.
Wasn't it kind of a roller? It was a deep encrusted. Who was that? Was that you?
My alarm went off. I'm sorry.
Oh, time to get up.
Yeah.
I apologize.
But yeah, it was. It was more of a roller.
That's your alarm.
One of them, yeah.
I use my phone, too. I can't.
That's all, I know, but that's all you get is. Oh,
Well, I turned it off real quick.
I see.
I'm not hearing that.
Because I mean, yeah, that's
Somehow incorporate that into my
that
dream.
becomes part of your dream, and you just keep sleeping.
Oh, it looks like the microwave's done.
I don't.
Popcorn's
So that was,
finished.
that was part of your dream before the alarm went off.
Right.
Yeah, I have to hear my alarm for a good at least 30 seconds before I realize it's going off.
Oh, no, not that long for me, but
All right. Okay.
Stop, drop, and roll. Very important to learn.
It is.
Stop. You got to drop. You got to roll.
Yep. But
If you're
not
on
during
fire
the
later
earthquake.
today, you'll know.
You're right.
All right. Now, what else? Travis Barker won't fly again.
No, which of course we all don't blame him, like
Yeah,
you pointed out.
Can't blame the guy.
No.
4 people on the plane died.
Right.
He was one of the 2 survivors. It's going to be a hard conversation with him going, "You got to be able to fly, Travis."
Yeah, come on, man.
Plus, he's made a lot of them. He's got money to live on, right?
He should, yes.
Stay put.
He works a lot.
I'm sure he's got some bad memories. He's got to medicate with whatever he can get his hands on.
Yeah, we all
Sure.
Flying is the last thing on his mind.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, Mexico is in his mind, in which case he could probably drive to certain spots. But anyway,
Yes.
what else is going on this morning?
Just wanted to inform you that your girl Kim Kardashian was voted off last night already.
Really?
Yes.
Well, she just sucked, didn't she? I mean, it was so fraudulent to keep her on because she was so bad, right?
Yeah, she has no personality. I mean, really.
But that's
like,
not what it's about. The show is about dancing, and her dancing abilities were like even worse than her personality, right?
Well, but that's true. It is about dancing, but also the whole dancing brings out the personality because you know that's the whole
please.
part of it. It's the role, the dancing, the paso doble, and all that stuff. But I
I don't know
mean,
what that means.
it's just
Yeah.
she was just really rigid. And,
Oh!
yeah, she actually looked like she didn't really want to be there anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good thing. I mean, Cloris Leachman has beat her. She's still on. So
She's got some big boobies, though, right?
Cloris Leachman, yeah, she is
For 80.
senile old woman who is just entertains everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And just, yeah.
Oh, a nice woman named Cloris.
So Kim Kardashian made it all of like 2 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Wow. And
So
the
she's
ratings
done.
have been like higher than ever? Or they've been the same as last year's or the past years or what?
No, they're still number one. The 7th season premiere of Dancing with the Stars was number one.
But was it higher than the season premiere of last year? Or the years prior? Because if it was significantly higher, if it was a nice spike up from even their highest ratings of past years, which understandably I recognize were really high.
Right.
But if it was still a big spike up, they may have, tainted the voting a little bit from the American population to keep Kim Kardashian around. They may have looked to Kim Kardashian as the reason that rating spike happened, and then they get more inspired to keep her on the show.
Right. I do not know the answer.
My guess is that the ratings weren't significantly higher from past years, and that's why they said, screw her, we can let her go, she sucks.
Well, they have Warren.
That's how it works.
He's
Warren
Mr.
Sapp.
He's Mr. Personality Man.
He's not getting anyone to tune on their TV set that wasn't already ready to watch Dancing with the Stars. Now, Kim Kardashian was a different kind of feel.
Right. No, I agree.
She got new viewers to that show, but if they weren't in big numbers, then they'll let the American public's votes actually stand as opposed to tainting them, fixing them, adjusting them, like they do on American Idol all the time.
Kim Kardashian's taint.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to taint Kim Kardashian?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So, like I said, I don't know the answer to that.
Well, you'll have to find out,
finding it.
or else just wait a couple minutes and I'll forget all about the fact that I asked the question. You take your pick. Pasty Dave has a lot of time on his hands behind the glass. Mm-hmm. I knew what elevator you were in when you came up to the studio this morning.
You can always tell when he's been
because
outside.
I was in it. Pasty leaves a massive amount of smoker smell in his wake.
He does.
To like the greatest proportion now ever.
It's like the old cartoon with Pepe Le Pew.
That's right.
You can just follow the scent of him.
When I came up this morning in the elevator from the garage, I knew I was riding in the elevator that Pasty Dave was recently in.
And you want a new car for picking the right elevator.
Pasty, you're leaving that much of a remnants of yourself when you're smoking these days than ever before. You realize that?
Not good. Not good.
Just seems like yesterday.
That's all he's
Just seems like yesterday we were talking about you quitting. You made it through a month of non-smoking.
30 days.
And then something happened. I don't know what it was, but now he's smoking more than ever.
Yeah.
I can tell when he's been outside smoking. The outside smells like it. The earth smells like smoke.
The
when I walk
earth!
through. You can tell when he's been out front.
When you've made it to the 30th day of absolutely no cigarettes, Terry, quitting for 30 days cold turkey, how do you then fast forward like a year later and you're smoking more than ever before?
I don't know.
You know how many smokers wish they could get through 30 days of not putting a cigarette in their mouth?
Right.
How did he do it? And then how did he blow it? First off, how did he do it? And then how did he blow it?
2 hands. Hey, addiction's a weird thing. Robin Williams fell off the wagon after 20 years. That story just came out.
Oh,
20
yeah,
years he's
that's
clean and
right.
sober. Fell off the wagon.
He was clean and sober for 20 years,
20
and now
years.
he's in rehab?
He had to
Or
go
wasn't
back, yeah, he had to go back.
He had to go back in rehab.
Yeah, he fell off the wagon.
Well, that
You
goes...
think you made it after 20
well,
years.
yeah, that goes under the heading of once an addict, always an addict.
Well, that's what do you think cigarettes are? I mean, it's an addiction.
I understand, but, I mean, there should have been more... If you made it through the 30 days, there should have been more of a buffer period between the I made it through 30 days and the now I'm smoking more than ever period that he's in now.
So if he goes like 6 months or 8 months, that makes more sense or something?
No.
Like what would make more sense to you?
If you make it through 30 days, you should have this period of if you are smoking again, that you're not like all of a sudden smoking more than ever before.
Okay. You slowly work your way back up.
Actually, maybe I can make a case for that. He made it through 30 days and then he started smoking again. He's like, just screw it.
Yeah,
Right.
And
Could be.
now
Yeah.
it's
He's like, just take it all in.
I was so nice to my lungs for 30 days. Now I'm going to kill them even harder.
the elevator is just being tortured. The earth is being just, wow.
You can definitely tell what elevator he's been in.
I think you should be aware of that in case it inspires you to maybe go and try another 30-day run there or something. Or is that just not going to happen ever again in your life?
It's high on my list.
Really?
It's high on my list. Yeah.
What else is on that list?
Yeah.
Run up the
Oh, boy,
list.
here we go.
Can you mention some other things that might be on the list that you're speaking of
That's
now?
really the only thing on the list
Really?
right now, but that is definitely...
Getting laid,
I'm thinking-
de-virginizing yourself is not on the list.
No.
Wow.
Of course.
No interest
But
whatsoever.
I need to get a little healthier, so...
You need to get a little
needs to get a little
health
bit
going. A little health is on the list. Let's see, things to do today. Health.
How much is health? 10 bucks I'm in.
To-do list. Get healthy.
Yeah. So what are your plans on, how are you going to go about getting healthier?
Well, I need to be doing a little bit more
Well, if you
activity,
proved,
you know?
you could stop smoking for 30 days, that's got to be...
It's encouraging.
Yeah, it's encouraging.
Yeah,
That's a
it
good
is.
word. Yeah.
It is.
Mhm,
I feel confident that I should be able to do that again if I
Choose to,
choose
right?
to. You know?
Because the elevators are talking right now amongst themselves.
Oh, jeez.
And they're saying that they're, with their elevator fingers crossed,
With your-
that another 30-day run is on the near-term kind of horizon there. You know what I'm saying?
It needs to be.
What are you smoking? What are you grabbing a hold of? What kind of pack?
Marble lights, man.
Marlboro lights, yeah.
Oh, it's
Lights,
What are you worried
come
about?
on.
So light.
Why would lights smell up an elevator so bad?
I
Terry?
think it's
doesn't
just
work
the
that
whole,
way.
But I have a very
it
sensitive
doesn't-
nose.
right.
It doesn't work that way.
No, but you
It
don't
doesn't work
have a
that way.
sensitive nose because
No,
I've...
you can smell it.
Yeah, you can.
But they're lights.
Yeah, it
They
doesn't work that
are.
way.
Not smoking non-filtered camels here.
Doesn't work that way.
Right.
Doesn't work that way, so the non-filtered camels smell as bad as as the Marlboro lights.
Yeah. Cigarette smoke is cigarette smoke, whether it's
Yeah,
light or
exactly.
regular.
Got a little pussy gold pack, yellow pack, whatever the lights are in. What are they, gold?
It's like white with gold writing.
Yeah, the gold pack. Come on, you see that? You think either smoke or don't smoke. Don't suck on wind.
I tried to go down to the ultralights, but
Ooh, the ultralights for sure.
That didn't hold either, huh? Did 30 days of that and out?
That's
pretty gross.
3 of those to get anyway.
Gotta smoke 3
totally
at the same
defeated
time.
the purpose.
Yeah.
Wow. Remember once he told us he had 30 days of sex and then quit that? Huh. It's all very interesting patterns going on here.
Mr. 30 Day over there.
Right.
30 days, I'm good. Let me get back to whatever I'm
I mean,
doing.
I love cigarettes as much as the next guy, but having 3 before 6 a.m., that's pretty hardcore, dude.
Pretty hefty.
Holy crap. He has one on the way down here. He's got a 90-second drive to work.
It's bad.
It's a very stressful drive.
Smoking on his car on the way down here, 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
If that.
Less than that.
If I miss the light, it's 90 seconds.
Oh, damn it, that light
That's a 70-second light.
kills me
Right.
every morning.
I know, I hate it.
Jeez.
Candace, you're on the air. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. T-Man.
What's up, baby?
How are you?
What are you doing?
Working. Same thing you're doing.
You smoked 3 already this morning or no?
Excuse me?
You started smoking a pack yet this morning or no?
I did. Can't you tell by my voice?
Yeah, I got a little pack for you to smoke. Very little. That's
Give
all.
it to me.
Oh, what's that?
Wow.
You ready for it? You think you can handle it?
I am.
You think you can handle it, really?
Oh, I can.
Mm.
But
Not
tell
sure
me,
you know
tell
what
me,
you're in
tell me,
for.
Tell me,
Yeah.
T-Man, tell
Yes.
me about Al Davis. What do you think about this latest
Oh.
crazy-ass... Oh,
Oh, this guy was a mistake from the very beginning. I mean, you're talking about the firing of their little youngster head coach there?
Right.
Is that who it
Yeah,
was?
he's like 34 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Wasn't
you know, when
even
he
worthy
came
of having
in-
a fantasy football team.
I
Not to
know.
mention coaching the Oakland Raiders.
He was fired from that, too, yesterday.
He was fired from coaching his fantasy football
Yeah,
team?
CBS Sports Line called
Oh,
him and said,
that's a shame.
are not worthy.
Not a good week for Lane Kiffin.
No.
I mean, the guy was just a disaster in the making from the get-go. We said that when he first got hired. Like, this is just doomed from the start.
Okay.
Did you catch the press conference, though, with Al Davis?
No, what
Oh,
happened?
jeez.
Oh,
What did he say? Is he just senile and
oh, yeah,
old?
he's completely off his rocker.
Yeah,
He
he
is.
He completely ripped Lane Kiffin. Ripped him.
Really?
Yes.
Why would he rip him? He's the guy who hired him, set him
Yeah.
up for the fall, and now he's ripping him?
Yeah. I mean, he's not the guy I thought he was. He's a compulsive liar. He's trying to not pay him. He
Oh,
said he
that's right. I
fired him
heard
with
that
cause.
too.
He's
Yeah.
Trying to not pay him?
Yes, fired him
the
with cause.
He showed up for his job every day, did his best to help the team win according to the way he thought it would go down, you know.
That's his
Can't not
reason.
pay him.
No, he said he has cause.
He said that he
Oh,
was
my
not
God.
planning
I know.
on paying him
You should watch it.
dime more.
It's ugly.
Not pay him for what? He was
For
like,
the rest of his contract.
Right.
For the money.
for the rest of his
2.6
contract.
million.
So he had a guaranteed contract through when?
Probably a 1-year deal. Probably
Yeah,
through the end of this
through
year.
the end of this year,
Yeah.
and he wants to not pay him for the
He
end of the year?
does not want
Yeah,
to pay him.
and he
Yeah.
says that it didn't have anything to do with winning. He says it has to do with personality.
He called him a
Right.
compulsive liar.
Wow.
You should
See,
watch
Al
the press
Davis is a
conference.
crusty old senile
Oh,
man
he
man
is. He
who
is
just
just-
feels like he wants to just make waves the rest of his existence before he dies in the next few years. And if he gets sued by Lane Kiffin, which he probably would for breach of contract, then will ultimately have Al Davis pay more than he would have had to pay if he just pays out the contract because there'll be punitive damages. Al Davis doesn't even care anymore.
I did like like Al Davis's 1994 jacket, though. That was awesome.
Well, he did the
You
same thing
own the
to
Raiders.
Lombardi.
You can get a new one, probably.
Yeah, but if you own the Raiders, you want to wear the jacket from the heyday of the Raiders, not the jacket from now.
I guess. It's the same logo. He's got it over a sweater. He's such an old man. A sweater. He's so chilly. You know?
Why, you want him to come in with a do-rag? Or what?
I don't know. Just a sweater and then like a leather Raider coat.
So there was a press conference and I missed it.
He goes on and on.
Yeah,
You
I
never
was
heard-
reading on that new
You've never heard such a thing.
NFLpost.com.
It's worth watching.
You were reading it? You didn't see it, though?
No, I didn't see it. It's on Lombardi, who used to work for him,
Right.
has that new post. And I was
Wow,
just
that's how
reading
old he is.
about
He used
it.
to work with Lombardi.
Oh, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
No, I saw
that
him,
is
and
really
really, he is looking.
Yeah, well,
horrid.
the guy's about 80 years
Yeah.
old now.
Yeah.
And he just wants to go out with a big hurrah.
But he's
He's going to go out with a big hurrah,
yeah,
right?
no kidding.
Well, that makes things interesting, though. He is an interesting guy.
Definitely.
The more senile he gets, maybe the more interesting he'll get.
Well,
And all
thank you.
Oh, thank you so
Oh,
much
wow.
there,
Okay.
Candace.
Day, guys.
Candace, you have a great day, too. What are you doing today? You going to work?
I'm there now.
Oh, you're already there. Well, you might have said that. What do you do?
Work for the court.
The court. And what are you wearing this morning at the court?
It's open this early. Damn.
Can't tell you that. I'll get fired.
Well, no, come on. What do you got? I got to know. I'll tell you what I'm wearing.
Will you?
Yeah.
You do that first.
All right. I got a pair of William Rash jeans on. I got my... This is the shirt I used to wear under my baseball uniform, Terry.
Really?
That's right.
Missed that entire season.
Well, I missed most of the season. I was 3 for 6, and I played the first 3 games of the season. Then, of course, tore up 3 ligaments in my ankle and was out for the year. And my team went on to win the championship, by the way, just last
Did
week.
they?
That's right.
Oh,
They got rid of that dead weight. Look at them. They were
That's
never
right.
better.
So they asked me if I want a championship T-shirt. It's like these guys get hurt in real baseball, like professional Major League Baseball.
Yes.
And they're sitting there in the dugout, and you wonder if they're even happy for their team that goes on to really do well.
Right.
Because they're doing well without that player. I always wondered that.
And now you know the feeling, what it's like.
Like if you see a guy who was one of the players of a team that then goes on to win the championship, but they haven't played for like months.
Like Jeremy Shockey,
They weren't.
you know?
Yeah, they weren't even a part. Exactly, like Jeremy Shockey last year, who got hurt, and as soon as he gets hurt, the Giants all of a sudden start clicking. That's
Right.
even a more prime example.
Yeah.
Because the Giants were dead in the water when Jeremy Shockey was playing. And then he gets hurt. He's out for the year. The Giants go on a roll. All of a
Right.
sudden start really clicking and win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And Jeremy Shockey's on the sidelines, and at times he's up in the press box, and at times he's up in the luxury suites, and they show camera shots of him, and he looks like he's applauding, he's cheering on the team, but you have to wonder, deep inside, is he happy for them?
Right.
Or is he really deep inside want them to lose so it can be proved to the world that the team is nothing without him?
You're Don Mattingly.
Don Mattingly, another great example.
You're like
For
Don Mattingly
years.
without all that talent.
For years was the Yankees' best player.
Okay.
All right? Everyone assumed he was the Yankees' best player. He was all Yankee all the time. Then all of a sudden he retires, and the year after the Yankees win the championship and start a dynasty.
If you listen closely, you can hear Terry tuning out.
And you wonder if Don Mattingly is happy for the Yankees.
I just know Don Mattingly, I'm not interested, but Jeremy Shockey, yes.
And this leaves one question that needs to be asked. What the hell is Candace wearing this morning?
but do you...
What are you going on, baby?
Oh, just some slacks and a shirt. Nothing
All right.
that would excite you.
Yeah, you got a man? You got a man?
No.
No, you single?
I left him this morning.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, you left him what?
This morning.
You left him in bed after you rode him like a bandit on the way out of town this morning, or you broke up with your boyfriend this morning and all you care about is the Raiders?
That's right.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
How long had you been with this guy?
14 years?
And you broke up this morning, coincidentally.
We did.
And you didn't feel the need to mention that to us at any point during the call? That's not on your mind, really? It's all about Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. You know, when they don't act right, you just got to do what you got to do.
Well, it takes 14 years to figure that out, I guess, huh? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem a little weird that all of a sudden she's mentioning she left her boyfriend of 14
I
years,
know.
Well,
coincidentally this morning, after she called and talked about something completely different, giving no reference whatsoever that she had ended a 14-year relationship this morning.
I know.
It's hard for us to believe that you just throw that in as a little footnote at the end of this call here, Candace.
She's really worried about Lane Kiffin, too, by the
I
way.
know.
As opposed
Exactly.
to a relationship.
no, I'm not worried about him. I'm just
She was
talking
just-
about that crazy ass.
You're just trying to get off your mind the fact that a 14-year relationship of yours came to an end this morning? Or do you break up every other week
No.
with this guy?
No.
When was the last time you broke up with him and then got back together?
Actually, this is first time.
First time in 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
What prompted the breakup?
You
this
just
morning?
left this morning. Not a couple of days ago, not last night, this morning.
Mm-hmm.
She packed up and said, see you later, not.
But you'll be back at 5.
You think?
Well, you tell me. You'll be
Well,
back
I'll
at
let you know. I hope not.
You
What
hope
do you mean
not.
you hope not?
Well, where are you going to go if you don't go home?
Well, I'm going home. He's not.
Uh-huh. He'll be home.
You think?
Where do you think he's going to go? Especially today. Today's the only day he'll be home. Most days he wouldn't be home.
Oh, that's...
But he knows you were pretty serious about breaking up with him this morning. If you're being honest, that this is the first real breakup in 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's more likely to be home today when you get home from work than ever.
Well, we'll see.
And you guys will be fine.
Yeah.
All right?
I don't think she's
All right.
It's
Thank you.
had a bad morning.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
He told you to make him French toast. And you got pissed because you work as hard as he does. I get it. All right, thank you very much for the call.
She's
Good.
irritable this
God, I
morning.
love
Like,
French toast.
screw you.
You should have made him French toast, by the way.
Well, no, he's a grown-ass man. He can do it himself.
I don't think many grown-ass men know how to make French toast, even though it's as basic as it gets, Terry.
yeah,
it
it is
is
pretty
basic,
basic,
yeah.
and I think majority of...
It's really not French cuisine.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
If you can mix eggs and water in a bowl, you're golden.
Oh, milk is better. But
Oh, yeah, we broke up this morning. The hell was that?
Did I say water?
Yeah, 14-year relationship, down the drain. I'll be going home, but he won't. Please. Please.
he's sitting on the couch.
What, you think we just started doing the show this morning? We know how relationships work. Got a long way to go before you guys split up. There's a lot of road to hoe before it's all over. She wanted to talk about the Raiders.
Yeah.
1-866-663 T-Man. Would you like to talk about something that has nothing to do with your life to masquerade and cover up all your problems? Feel free to call. Toll free. 1-866-663 T-Man. Back at it.
The T-Man Show.
Jerry. Jerry,
Yeah.
you're on the air. What's up, man? I got a pay your bills little situation happening in the next couple of minutes, Jerry. Let me see if I can sneak a couple of calls in before we actually hit that moment. Jerry, you've been waiting a couple of minutes. What can I do for you, bud?
Yeah, I was paying a little attention to Lane Kiffin's situation, and I heard that...
Yeah, I'm just first hearing about this from what Hotshot told me. I love, like, little or not so little characters in sports, and it's good that Al Davis, the more senile he becomes, will become more of like a real, enjoyable character to follow, because sports needs more of that, Terry. You know,
Sure.
you're almost like a little trace of that in Lou Piniella when he goes on these rants, Terry, and throws bases and has the post-game press conference blow up and stuff like that. Al Davis, I apparently missed something pretty interesting when he's kind of going off on his what then became his former coach and like saying he's not going to pay him and how what a liar he was. And what else did he say? Come on, hit me with that. I didn't hear the. I'll look for the audio. What else does he hit
said,
the public with?
I know you didn't want to draft Jamarcus Russell, but he's a great player, and you need to learn to get over it and just coach the team.
But you're fired,
Right.
So you can't,
Right.
Uh-huh.
Hey, he forgot he fired him. Still talking to him.
Still talking to him during the press conference.
He's like airing dirty laundry. It's pretty
Wow.
amusing.
So I'm telling you, that's good. That's good stuff.
I saw on TV you said you haven't talked to Al Davis in a month. That's not true. I talked to you in the airport the day before that.
Ha ha!
Yeah, stuff like that, like a little kid.
Like a little kid.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
I'm telling you, sports needs more of those.
Davis is
so. It
insane.
sounds like
Wacky, senile, or just character-like people.
You
Yeah.
always hear about Al Davis being insane, but you never really get to see it firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you hear about him ruining teams and all that. He's too involved, but he never really comes out and makes a fool of himself.
Well, last time he fired a coach in this kind of fashion, his name was Mike Shanahan, and went on to be like the greatest coach in the NFL over the past 10, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not the best at picking coaches.
Or the firing coaches.
Yeah,
He's good at picking them.
Oh yeah, I guess that's
He's not
true.
good at keeping
Right.
the ones that go on to be greatness.
Hey, Gruden was good too.
Uh-huh, yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
did
right.
pretty good for himself once he left the Raiders as well.
Yeah.
Only beat him in the Super Bowl.
Five coaches in 6 years. Is that
Right.
good? Is that good for the Raiders?
Well, some people are starting to say that Lane Kiffin's going to be a good replacement for Tyrone Willingham.
Well, UW fans would say anything would be a good
right
replacement
now.
for Tyrone Willingham right
Pooh,
around now.
so-
I mean, they would say that the Pee Wee Don Bosco League coach who's overseeing the 7-year-olds in pads would be a good replacement for Tyrone
Yeah, well, he
Willingham
was,
right
he was
around now.
an defensive guy at USC before he went to Oakland. So.
Yeah, but his head coaching experience, last I checked, if I remember right, and I'm going on memory here, was with Fresno State before USC, or sometime in the middle of his USC tenure, and I think he was 5-15 at being a head coach with Fresno State. So that's not boding well as far as him being a college coach either. But, hey, you never know. Maybe he learned something being an NFL coach for a couple of years that he could take to the University of Washington program and head him back on a decent path, because it can't get much worse, can it?
Lane Kiffin came out.
I do have a comment on Al Davis. I mean, the guy's been around. He's one of the only owners that kind of came from the ground up, whereas all the other owners had a ton of money before they came in, and you can't really blame him for sticking with something he loves so much, you know?
Yeah, but if he's going senile right before our very eyes, it'll make for some interesting, hopefully he'll hang on for a number of years and have more press conferences like I apparently missed yesterday.
He's sitting at a desk with like one little lamp on it. Looks like he was like lecturing his class or something. It's the weirdest thing ever. I've never seen anything like this.
It was carried live by ESPN?
Yeah, I think it's NFL Network, everyone. Yeah, it was.
Really?
It was really weird.
Did John Clayton come on and fart afterwards?
Oh!
I mean, let's put it this way. And then I'm going to put it this way.
There's a YouTube video. Is it YouTube or is it just...
I saw it on Deadspin.
On Deadspin.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if YouTube has stuff like that. Maybe they do. But there's a YouTube video circulating, Terry. Our good friend. I mean, the guy was at my wedding, Terry. I hate to put him in this kind of situation as far as, speaking of airing some seriously dirty laundry. Yeah, skid-stained laundry. There's some videos going around, one in particular, of our friend who's an NFL analyst for ESPN, Terry, named Jonathan Clayton.
He is an NFL. He is the NFL analyst.
Yeah,
He is
didn't even get
the
into
NFL.
that.
Well, Chris Mortensen might have something to say about that. But yeah,
He's a Hall of Famer.
according to
Yeah, I was
us.
going to say.
Who is John Clayton?
Yes.
He's in the Hall of Fame?
NFL
Yes.
Hall of Fame.
He's in the NFL Hall of Fame?
Yes.
He was inducted this summer. So, yeah, Chris Mortensen can eat it.
So there you
Not
go.
in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jonathan Clayton, Terry, I don't know if his first name's really Jonathan. But anyway, there's a video circulating on YouTube of him having a little moment where he's typically talking with one of the ESPN anchors, you know, breaking down the football Sunday to be and giving his heads up on who's hurt, who's not, blah, blah, blah. And then you can clearly, audibly hear him a passing gas during the interview. It's circulating on...
Oh, yeah, open the window.
On YouTube.
Oh,
wow.
You might want to check it out. He's since come on programs and denied that it was him.
They actually bring it up to him and ask him about it?
That's right.
Come on.
Well, I mean, it's a very much viewed little clip on you. It's become a very big, highly passed around, cult following kind of little laugh, and then pass it on to your friends kind of video.
Sure.
It's not often you hear like an anchor or a reporter in mid-report break wind, Terry.
Yeah. That's why you don't hire reporters who live in Renton. That's what you get, all right?
I mean, you've seen a number of times now the reporter who all of a sudden behind them someone just runs up to the camera and goes, blah!
Right.
Or there's a naked guy running behind the reporter. You've seen that video tossed around through emails, Terry. I don't think I've seen this type of video where the reporter in mid-conversation is,
Yes.
having a little flatulence type moment there going on. But it's now happened, and it's our good friend who's been on this program many a time.
Yes.
Has talked to you, Terry, about some of your ex-boyfriends in the National Football League.
Oh, hard to handle.
Talk to me directly.
Wasn't hard to handle for Terry Free.
Oh, easy to handle. 2 hands.
And maybe you want to check that video out, but just keep in mind, he's a great guy.
He is. Very nice guy.
Like I read to my son in a book, Everybody Poops, Terry. Everyone does that too. Okay?
Not hot girls.
Maybe not during your most highly nationwide covered interviews, but everybody poops. Everybody farts. Everyone does everything. All right?
Not hot chicks. They never have, never will. That's what I keep telling myself.
Yeah, Vince Young is going to be out this weekend, and I think all days.
You guys.
No, it's not that blatant.
It's really not. And some even wonder if, in fact, that's what it is. It could be up for debate that it could be some kind of weird noise. I mean, he's on an ISDN line from his house, you know.
And he's kind of the guy
Isn't
that
that crazy?
if it happened to him, if he did it, if he owned it, he would claim it, Terry.
Oh, really? He's that kind of guy?
Yeah, he's the kind of guy. He's a stand-up guy like that. If it was him, if he had a moment there, you know, maybe he was on with ESPN and Parcells was calling him on his hot cell line, you know, at the same time, and he got a little caught up in the emotion of it all, and it expressed itself in this fashion. Yeah, he would admit it, Terry. So I believe him when he says it's either a doctored kind of piece of footage.
Right.
Or it didn't happen, or it was the other guy interviewing him, because it's a back-and-forth interview where the anchor in the chair is talking to John Clayton, and who's to say it wasn't the guy in the chair?
That is true. Good point. Good point. Very well could have been.
We don't know what happened during the break. They changed out the chair. We don't know what happened.
It's true.
What kind of key words you have to put into YouTube? Did you find the video, Terry, or no?
I did.
You did already?
I did, yeah.
Oh, Vinnie the Pooh found it on his iPhone.
Jeez.
That's how easy it is to find. What search words did you put in?
John Clayton fart.
How'd you do it?
I know,
How'd you
right?
crack the code of finding it?
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he has publicly denied it, so.
He has publicly come out and said all this talk about me, uncontrollable flatulence during interviews that I put forth on ESPN is not the case. Well, as I said, Terry, he's the kind of guy that if he did it, he would own it. He would claim it. All right? So there you go. We can all move on now. After you check out the video. We'll put the video up on the tmanshow.com for a few minutes so that you don't have to look too hard if you don't want to.
Yeah.
All right, Pasty? You got it, Pasty? You're on that? Okay. Pasty's all over it. He's trying to determine whether it was John Clayton's or not as well.
Oh, I know a real one when I hear it, dude.
Now, what else is happening in this world of ours, Terry?
Apparently, the movie Blindness is coming out on Friday.
Blindness?
Yes, it's called Blindness.
I never heard of it.
It stars Julianne Moore, and she plays a woman where...
Who's blind?
Yes, but it's kind of like one of these where all of a sudden the whole entire country goes blind, and she's the only one who doesn't.
She's the only one left with sight.
Yes.
Wow, what a concept.
And everybody else is quarantined, and so on and so forth.
Well, if everyone else is quarantined, isn't she the one quarantined?
Well, I don't know.
See what I'm saying? If everyone is quarantined, it's not a quarantine.
Right. Again, it's something to that effect. I don't
It's
know.
not the whole country, but like there's an epidemic. So
yes.
There's an epidemic of blindness, so they start treating them like lepers, and they put them in their own little blind colonies so they could all bump into each other.
She fakes her blindness to be with her husband.
Yes. Oh, there you go. That's what.
So is it like it's not a comedy?
Doesn't sound funny to me. No.
It's a serious drama of what could happen, or just a little satirical, see yourself in the mirror kind of moment to pass on a message to the world. Is that
you don't hear the Benny Hill music and people running around tripping over stuff. All right, it's not that kind of a movie.
I love the Benny Hill music. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
I do?
Absolutely.
What's the Benny Hill music? Hum it for me.
No?
I don't think I know that one.
Really? Come on.
I'm sorry to say.
Really? Everyone knows it. I'll find it for you.
Look at him. He's just out of
That's all right.
Anyway.
Whether you like it or not.
Whoa! I knew it was only a matter of time before he hit me with that.
Apparently, the National Federation for the Blind are not happy with this movie, and they plan on protesting it.
Wow, a bunch of blind picketers outside the movie. That could be a little dangerous scene there.
Could be.
Look out for the Mack truck!
According to the president, Mr. Mark Moyer, he says, quote, "The movie portrays blind people as monsters, and I believe it to be a lie."
I've never seen picket signs in Braille before, Terry.
I have not either, but this could be the first.
Wow. They're going to picket the movie Blindness.
Yes.
Because the blind are not happy with the way they're depicted in this movie.
Correct.
Huh. Well, I never even knew this movie existed until this very moment. I didn't know it's coming out this Friday.
It is.
But you've kind of gotten my interest a tiny bit piqued here. Just a tiny bit, though. Don't think for a second I'm going to go out and race to see this movie. But I don't know.
Well, that's...
If they're right, and there's a big blind protest going on this weekend, and I see it like everywhere I turn on the news and stuff like that, yeah, I'm going to get interested.
Sure. But
And if they're truly kind of discriminating or painting the blind in a bad fashion, that would be wrong.
It would be.
And to your knowledge, even though the movie isn't out yet, and they're, I'm sure, trying to keep as much secretive as possible about the movie so that there's some surprise elements, to your knowledge, it's about a big, sweeping epidemic of blindness and how poorly they I don't know. It sounds
Right.
weird.
Well, and like Hotshot said, yes, apparently Julianne Moore's husband is one of the blind, and
She fakes her
So that she
blindness so
can stay
she
with
can be
him.
quarantined, so she could be with him. Otherwise, they're going to take him away from her.
yes.
Because that's the way it all goes down.
Yeah.
When there's a blindness that could happen, like a virus going
Yeah,
around that makes you
something-
blind.
yeah,
well, that'd be
something-
scary.
Yeah. So.
Don't breathe on me.
Yeah.
Go back to your island. You blind freak.
There you go. So a few
Well-
people are upset about that.
Let me just.
More
but let's
than a
be
few.
let's be very honest though. If there was a virus going around that caused you to go blind, you wouldn't want that person mingling with the people that didn't have that particular virus. I mean, that'd be a scary virus.
Right.
You know,
Well,
certain
but-
symptoms of viruses can be scary, and some, not so scary. Oh, I can get the sniffles. All right, come on, let's have sex. I can handle that. But if it's scary,
Well, yeah, but
if one of the symptoms of this particular virus was you go blind,
right.
people might react that way.
I know, but and of course, then those who became blind, of course, are panicking and freaking because of the epidemic, apparently. And
That's according to what you tell me about the movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, as I'm saying, if that really happened in real life, it's hard to fathom that there could be a virus that goes around that causes you to go blind. It just doesn't seem to make much sense that would be a symptom of a virus. But hypothetically, if all of a sudden, like the bird flu part duh came out, and this one caused you to go blind, you wouldn't want to get that bird flu part duh.
right,
Right?
But like I said,
I'm just trying to speculate on what you're telling me the movie is about, Terry. And I'm just saying, if that is what the movie is about, and that actually happened in real life, people might react that way. Probably would react that way.
I understand.
No one wants to go blind if they don't have to.
Right.
No knock on the blind and all that, but if you can avoid it. Not that quarantining and putting them in leper colonies and stuff like that is a sensitive move.
Right.
So this is a tough one here.
Well, and that's the president of the National Federation for the Blind says blindness doesn't turn decent people into monsters because that's what they're feeling is that because of the blindness and what the quarantine and them kind of freaking out, it depicts them as kind of
So it's
really-
kind of like Helen Keller meets what was that movie where everyone turns savage and starts biting people from like a couple of years ago, and they went into the mall and Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, yes.
It's Helen Keller meets Dawn of the Dead.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, with the commercials that I have seen, you've.
Well, is it
the hair on the head.
Is it a poorly done movie? Is that their problem or what? Is it like a Dawn of the Dead was pretty much, that's not a grade A made movie. It was entertaining to some degree, but
Right.
I mean, he's still looking for Benny Hill music back there.
Yep.
It's that important to you.
You're getting it right where you like it.
Oh, jeez. I know
How do you know
I like
where
it.
he likes it?
What if after all this work, I still don't know what friggin' music this is? Is that going to bother you or not? Do I have to pretend like I know this music or what?
Absolutely.
All right. Are you closer or no?
I have to play it live for you.
All right, where do I pull it up here?
Oh.
Just to humor you. Let's just
I
get
know.
through.
Not ready.
Oh, jeez. It's going to be a pain.
Wow.
Don't blow out my headphones.
Very worth
It's going to be very
Yeah.
We can
Forget
tell.
slowing the program down. How about slamming the brakes on the show for this? I'm talking about Dawn of the Dead meets Helen Keller. An important moment happening here. A movie due to be released in a couple of days.
Oh, yes!
I never heard of it.
Totally remember
Well,
this.
Terry's old.
Well, he's the one who brought it up.
You know this? And all the blind people running around tripping over stuff. It's perfect.
Benny Hill in his underwear.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, laugh a minute.
Always wacky shenanigans when this music's playing.
I never watched Benny Hill, though.
Oh, really? Well, the one reason I watched it is because it was a British show, and sometimes boobs would slip through the censors because they don't care in England.
Right,
but it
they
would slip
don't.
through the censors on this.
And
in
back
this country.
then, that was a big deal.
Oh, when you're fifth grade and you see boobs? Are you kidding me? Benny Hill's the greatest show ever.
Hard to fathom now with Pornhub out there.
Oh, love it.
Hey, that's all we had,
This
kids.
really did it for you.
Yeah, really. Oh,
How about Vinnie the Pooh texting me out of nowhere the other day and going, Pornhub, check it out, trust me.
Really?
That's all the message says.
And
And I haven't checked it out yet.
okay, you need to.
Yeah, but what kind of huge upgrade is it going to be from
It was-
Max Porn and sites that I already love?
it's all the same. It's the same.
I'm all good with where I'm at.
It was number 1, 2008. I'm not doing ads for him or anything.
It was the #1 most visited porn site in 2008.
It was.
How does Max Port not be the number one? It can't be beat.
I got some kind of virus detection from them, though. I'm out on them.
That should be their slogan. It can be beat, and yet I do it every day.
Oh, yes, it can.
Mm-hmm. It can't be beat. Oh, wait. It can and will after I turn on the lights in the bathroom and lock the doors. Okay, thank you so much for that.
Very worth it, I know.
Yeah,
You've really never heard that in your life.
I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
I mean, maybe it just didn't make an impact on me or whatever because I never watched the show.
Great show.
All right.
Still funny to this day.
Is that right?
Rest
they still
in peace.
show it to this day?
They do not.
All right.
Rest in peace, Benny
That should
Hill.
tell you something. They pretty much have a channel to show anything that could be watched.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there was boobs and stuff on there, so you can't really show it in this country.
All right, the Clayton video of him breaking in is up on tmanchow.com. It'll be up there for a few minutes, then we'll take it down.
I mean, let's put it this way. It's crazy. Part 8, 2008.
If you've ever watched SportsCenter,
Yes.
then you'll know who John Clayton is. And he's a local guy, Terry.
He stole the thunder from my wedding. All my friends were very impressed.
He was at your wedding, too.
Yeah, all my friends are freaking out like he's a rock star. What's John Clayton doing here?
He is bigger than a rock star, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I saw him at the Super Bowl. He looked like Mick Jagger walking around. It was ridiculous. People are coming up to him everywhere. He's such a star at the Super Bowl.
Stop.
So blindness this Friday, huh, Terry?
Blindness, yes, sir. Coming out.
Julianne Moore?
Julianne Moore.
Anyone else note in this movie or what?
No, not that I know of.
This could be a little sneaky way of getting it publicity because it wasn't going to do so well, and they're the ones who are instigating their own publicity, Terry, to try to get a little bit of a little, buzz going on this movie that was destined to be an outright disaster. Because I hadn't heard of this movie until this very moment.
Right.
So always be skeptical of that. Thankfully, you have me that's so filled with just the right amount of paranoia to pick up on these things, Terry. All right?
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, when we get back,
Yes, sir.
we will roll in the hopper.
Okay.
And we will pull a bill for this morning so that someone's life can be just a tad bit made of,
A little bit better.
easier here.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Will it be you? Have you sent in your bills? If not, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you pay your own bills? Why would you even consider paying your bills before giving yourself a chance to have them paid by us? You still have plenty of time. We're going to be paying bills all the way through December. If you need more information, go to thetmanshow.com, and it'll give you all the information on how to send in your bills. And you can check out John Clayton. So, a T-Man pays your bills moment right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
I don't like the Vinnie Hill thing, but this one, oh yeah! The hopper's here. Who wants their bill pulled this morning? Who wants their bill paid? Oh, you sent in bills,
Yes,
Terry?
all of them.
You did not send your bills in. I'm sure you did under a different name.
What if one day Terry just wins? All right, Terry, you have 20 minutes. Go.
I'm sure Terry has sent in all her bills.
Yeah. Under different names.
Under different names. I'll pay your bills. You send me, and then you give me yours, and then I'll send them in, and I'll put them at the top of the hopper when T-Man's reaching his grubby little hand in there.
Bob Schmagegi, you won.
I hope one day I don't read about a scandal involving this program, Terry, that I wasn't even aware of.
Don't you be surprised if it happens.
The question was, who wants their bill pulled this morning? Who out there wants to be a person who is on the line as far as having a half hour to call in to have your bill paid? Who is that person? Is there anyone who wouldn't want that, Terry? I'm assuming everyone across the board wants their bill paid. So why don't we reach down deep?
Yeah, deeper.
Deeper.
Okay.
Deeper.
Go deep.
That's one hand. That's right, too.
Yes.
Oh, wow, you are so deep.
Here I go. Let's see what I pulled this morning. Oh.
When are you going to get a bill?
Wow.
Freshly showered. Oh, no, this is a, let's see here. Oh, look at this. Someone wants us to pay. What is this? Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Their fall semester's tuition.
Okay.
At the University of Phoenix, Terry. As we all know, that is the online version of your college experience.
I was offered a full ride there for football, yes.
Mm-hmm. Quite a football team. Undefeated.
That's right.
The University of Phoenix. Yes, I hope you're taking it seriously, this following individual, because, you can take your online classes seriously, or it could be like, well, it's online, so I got, that window open. I also got Adult Friend Finder in the
Adult Friend Finder.
Next window, and Max Porn in the next window. Okay, now let me get back to my studies.
I love college. This is easy.
I passed you by the class. Please give me that.
No, he's not capable.
I don't think you hear me.
That's all we hear.
Yes. Only taking 2 classes. Good for us. $585 in the University of Phoenix. I'm assuming this is for the entire fall, Terry.
Okay.
If you had known we were going to pay for it, you probably would have taken like 6 classes, 18 credits, whatever the case may be. But, we will pay the entire balance of your University of Phoenix little due and owing amount here, Ms. Vanessa Audette of Federal Way.
All right.
We will pay it all. The class started on August 12th. I hope you're doing well. The class has a little bit more time to run. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah.
We should see a report card first, or some kind of proof that she's going and doing well before we pay it. We should just be like her parents. If you flunk out, you're paying for it.
We should get a little instant message from her online teacher or something like that.
Progress report or something.
Are they the class clown? Are they goofing off? Are they making your teaching experience that much more difficult? Right up our alley. Vanessa Audette, you sent in your University of Phoenix little bill here because you don't want to pay for your education, so we'll give you the free ride that you're looking for, at least for the fall, and we'll pay $585, which is the amount due on September 11th, of 2008. Seeing this is October 1st, Terry, it may be a little bit overdue.
I think so.
But we will take care of it for you, assuming you haven't. Let's say she has paid it, Terry.
Okay.
That doesn't mean like, we lucked out. We don't have to pay anything. No. We'll just give her the $585 in cash. That's how at least I see it. And now that I've said that, Terry, that's the way it's going to be.
All right.
All right?
Yes.
I mean, it shouldn't be like, but I just paid that bill. I guess we're off the hook. No. We called her name.
Yep.
We have her bill. $585 if she calls back in 30 minutes or less at 1-866-663-TMAN. That is the number. That is toll-free. Congratulations in advance, Vanessa Audette. We've only had one person not call back to get their bill paid so far since we've started this thing about a week or so ago. And that person has been emailing me.
Nonstop, huh?
Same to you?
Yes.
They haven't stopped yet either?
No.
You're still getting emails from...
I cannot remember her name.
Yeah, it's amazing that we can't remember her name. But
isn't it something Griffin?
Yeah.
Yes. Something Griffin.
Sounds right.
Peter Griffin.
Jessica Griffin or something like that.
I just hit delete every
Yeah,
I mean, you missed your chance.
Yeah,
it's just that simple.
Right.
Find a way.
I guess so. I agree.
That's all.
I know.
I've heard every sob story in the book. Find a way. Remail in your bill. If it's meant to be, then we'll pull it again.
Exactly.
But I ripped it up. It's done. It's over. You didn't call back in 30 minutes. Stop harassing me.
We pull every day around here.
If I have to get a restraining order against you, I will.
You did. Right.
I don't want to see 60 more emails from you, and I don't want to see how you found me on MySpace.
I know, me too.
I feel left out. I didn't get emails from her.
MySpace as well.
You got MySpace from her too?
I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm. Jeez. Will you at least accept me as a friend?
No.
Never! But hopefully that won't be you, Vanessa Audette. Nothing that we have against that particular person, Jerry.
Right.
Whatever her actual name is. We wish you would have called back in the 30 minutes we gave you. You didn't. Now send in your bills again. You'll have just as good a shot as anyone else. Isn't that fair? We're not saying you're banned for life from pay your bills. We're not saying that. Right. But we're not going to all of a sudden just make exceptions for you that we wouldn't normally do.
Must be present to win. That's how we do it around here.
And now Vanessa Audette has 30 minutes to call us.
There you go.
1-866-663-TMAN. Terry?
Yes.
Give me a thumbs up if you get her on the line there, Pashla. What else is going on in this world, please?
This is kind of a sad little part of Heath Ledger's death, not only because he died, but his will
We
was
get it.
read,
That was
and
sad,
he
too.
left
Yeah, that was a tad bit
his entire estate
unfortunate.
to his family and his siblings, and they in turn gave it to his 2-year-old daughter.
That's not sad.
No,
That's
but
that's the ultimate height of generosity, Terry.
No, I agree with you, but this part that I'm going to tell you is very sad. The insurance company.
Because I read that, Terry, and I was, as a matter of fact, somewhat amazed by the fact that his parents and his siblings.
Yes.
He had a $16 million estate, and they're claiming, it's hard to believe, they're claiming that they don't want any of it. They want it all to go to his daughter. Now, he has a 2-year-old daughter.
Yes, Matilda.
Who he left nothing to according to his will specifications. But his family, upon hearing about the way his will was constructed, decided that's not right. It should all go to all of it, according to what is being published out there in magazines and entertainment stories. They're saying 100% of it. It's hard to, they didn't take their own cut. They didn't take a little bit of cash from the 16 mil and then give the rest of it to the daughter.
No, they're saying
it was
all
probably
of it.
26.
Yeah.
It's only 16 here. That's all that was left was 16.
So, okay.
No, but yes, according to all of the stories, you're
I
right.
double counted it. It's only 16.
His entire.
Well, I was
estate.
surprised he only had a $60 million estate, considering all the money he must have gotten from the latest Batman movie. But, yeah, of course, he's got to pay people and there's taxes, and he spends some here and there, and he's got to, pay off Mary Kate for all the drugs. And,
that is expensive.
That's a supplier. And so, yeah, okay, he has a $60 million estate. Not the most poverty-stricken man in the world, obviously, but I would have thought, considering all his success, Academy Award, did he win the Academy Award for Brokeback Butt or no? Or he got nominated?
I think
Yeah,
he got nominated, but I don't
Okay,
think
fine.
he
But he's a
won.
highly acclaimed actor.
Yes,
And it wasn't just something that happened yesterday.
Right.
He's been doing well in the movie scene for
some time.
a number of years.
Right.
I thought it would be more of a 30, 40, $50 million estate, whatever. He had a
He's
drug
not
habit.
Not a total Hollywood whore, though. He picks like indie films, and he's pretty selective about his movies.
Okay, fine. So believe me, it's not the worst guy blew his money situation by any means. He had $16 million. That's a nice big allotment of cash to be divvied up. He has a 2-year-old daughter. It's not like she was born yesterday.
No.
You have kids. If you have a will, you got to change it to leave money to your kid. He probably never thought he'd die or something like that, and
I'll do it when I'm 60.
and forgot to change his will or didn't think of doing it, and none of the money was prepared upon his passing to go to his daughter, but his family, in, like, as I said, the most selfless fashion, Terry,
Yes.
determined we don't want a penny of it, according to the way the stories are going, according to the way the stories are being written. His family, not just his parents. Maybe if his parents are like old and they're like, oh, we're old, we're going to die soon. We want all the money to go to our granddaughter. No. His siblings.
Yes.
Selfish brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I got a few.
That didn't make it in the showbiz world like he did.
Right.
You would think they'd be like, oh, his little daughter ain't getting dick.
He left it to
He
us.
left it. That's the way he wanted it.
Yep. Sorry.
If only he loved you. But they're all saying,
Yes.
in about as selfless a fashion as I've ever heard,
Giving it all to 2-year-old Matilda.
gave it to 2-year-old Matilda.
Yes.
Every penny of the 16 mil.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, the insurance company.
This is the bad news part of it.
Yes.
This is the downside part that you were preparing us for.
Yes.
Okay.
The insurance company
is what?
trying to avoid paying out on $10 million of the policy.
He had a life insurance policy for $10 million?
Yes.
And they're refusing to pay?
Well, they're
because he died of drugs, and they see that as a
possible suicide type
Oh, they're
thing.
saying they're claiming suicide.
Suicide, yes.
Well, it wasn't a suicide. It was an accidental overdose. That's not suicide.
I understand that.
That is not even close to suicide.
I understand
this
that.
man
but
did not have suicidal intentions. This man just had a drug problem. It's as real a disease as probably any other out there, or at least close, if not dead on, as true a disease as cancer or any other disease. I mean, we could debate that for a long time, but a lot of people believe that, and I tend to be one of them.
Right.
Depends on the day. And these insurance companies are just so bogus, Terry, that they'll grab at any straw they can to screw you.
Right.
It wasn't suicide. They even determined in the autopsy and the investigation that it wasn't suicide.
Right. The medical examiner's office already ruled it as an accidental overdose.
Talk about having everything to live for.
Right.
The guy was 26 years old, whatever he was, and was with the biggest movie, knew was going to be a smash hit on the way.
Yes,
Not that you can really know what's going on in a person's head, but he had a drug problem. He wasn't a suicide, Terry.
Right.
All right?
Well, this is what the insurance company is saying.
Man, these insurance companies. Get Michael Moore on this one,
I
Terry.
know.
He already did this one?
Yeah.
Well, he did the HMOs. Did it really did it cover insurance, like life insurance
It's the
company?
same- it's-
this
yeah,
is
it's
life
insurance.
insurance.
It's the same group.
Type
It's the
of
same
thing.
people.
Same
it's
umbrella.
The same, yeah, they
Same
look,
umbrella.
like you said, they
Right.
look for any little loophole to not have to pay.
Right.
I look for any loophole.
And
not
that's
to
what
pay.
they're trying to do is
People actually get paid in the insurance companies to find these loopholes.
Yeah, he
Right.
he scheduled a suicide for 3:20, and the massage he had scheduled for 3:30.
right.
Wasn't the massage lady the one that
Yeah,
found
she's
him?
the one who found him. Yes. Anyway, they
Can
say
you get here a little earlier? Because I have the suicide scheduled for 3:20. Can you come an hour earlier, please?
By the time I burn down this place, man, I'm not going to have any time left. I mean, there's people who get paid to find these loopholes, and if they save an insurance company money, they get a bonus.
Right.
He had a massage appointment for like 3:30 that afternoon, and was found dead at 3:20. Not the kind of like little way you go about your daily, day-to-day routine if you're planning to off yourself, Terry.
I told you massages are bad for you. That's why I never get them.
Oh, please. That is really sorry.
Right.
That is really pathetic.
Reliastar Life Insurance Company
They're not going to pay the $10 million life insurance policy that he was making the payments, I'm sure, in time on. He wasn't late on his payments, was he?
Sure, they were cashing his
not
check.
that I know
They
of.
were cashing his check just fine. They didn't check out to find out if he was suicidal when they were cashing his checks, right?
Right.
Right.
And now that he is no longer amongst the living, we're not going to pay it.
Right.
Guy committed suicide.
My God, Bob, you have a gift. How did you find that out?
So they are they've launched their own investigation into this.
Yeah, I'm sure what they'll find.
Right.
No one could say with absolute certainty that he didn't commit suicide, so that is what they're hoping will work out for them here, but come on.
He needs a chemist because he just mixed a lethal combination. That's what happened to him.
Right.
It wasn't like an exorbitant amount. It was just the wrong combination.
Right.
He's had a bad drug habit, so bad. I mean, I didn't see him as a possible suicide. I mean, I didn't see him as a possible accidental See, when John Belushi died, he was a comic, kind of a whack. This was a more controlled kind of actor. When Heath Ledger died of an accidental overdose, it surprised me, Terry.
But
when Chris Farley died of an accidental overdose, it made some sense to me because that wacky, careless.
But he was like doing coke and drinking and all that.
You got to
stuff.
torque yourself up to perform kind of mentality.
Sure.
That's what Chris Farley had in his mind. I got to be the wacky, crazy, and I need this kind of chemical little distribution of drugs to get me there.
Right.
But Heath Ledger was more of a controlled kind of actor, so when he died of an accidental overdose, it didn't shock me. Nothing will shock me anymore these days, but it surprised me more than when I heard about Chris Farley dying of an accidental overdose.
Right, but you also have to remember too
Good thing Chris Farley didn't have life insurance.
Yeah. People don't usually
Lucky
OD.
him.
People don't usually OD from pills, so he definitely wasn't.
Right.
He wasn't a big user. I mean, you'd OD from heroin or coke. You don't OD from pills. I mean, you can, but that's pretty rare.
Well, but Heath Ledger did OD from pills.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
but it
It's
was
pretty
prescription
rare.
drugs.
People don't usually
and
OD. I mean, people that die in the Hollywood world, it's from heroin or coke usually when you OD.
However, if you commit suicide, you take pills.
Yeah.
You take just a whole slew of them.
Yeah.
So that's what they're hoping is going to convince the public that they're doing the right thing, or they're at least in their right in not paying his $10 million policy.
You got to take a lot of pills to OD.
No kidding.
Pretty shady.
Yeah.
All I had was aspirin. Hope it works. Goodbye, world.
They'll always look for a way to not pay.
Yep.
Bastards.
Not good.
I know.
Just
like,
pay it.
$16 million estate doesn't need any more from us.
Just pay it, bastards. And the problem is it takes a news story like this to come out for them to pay it. Instead of them just paying it anyway, they're probably going to end up paying it just because they're under the pressure.
Right.
They should just pay it anyway.
I'm so sure these stories die down pretty quick.
The sad part is
We're investigating until the public forgets about this. Yes, go ahead.
Is that it is, the daughter is the one who, does suffer.
Well, it
because,
sounds like the daughter's taken care of now at this point.
I know that, but still.
16 mil at age 2.
Yeah. Thanks.
Pretty good.
All good.
Ain't gonna be working at 7-Eleven at 16 years old, that's for sure.
She makes $8 million a year. What a deal.
And mom's still working too? Yep.
Oh, but the stock market just tanked. Now she's got $5.
She hope she got cash. Hope she got a check or a traveler's check for 16 mil.
Man!
So,
These insurance companies are just the biggest scam in the world.
There's story after story from people about this kind of stuff.
Yep.
There's no more evidence that he committed suicide than someone who dies of cancer. Really?
Okay.
Maybe not exactly, but I mean, please.
Yeah.
Big snake oil salesman, bogus freaks. Does that piss you off at all or no?
Well, yeah, it's upsetting.
I mean,
because you're.
I like that. Yeah, Terry. Those are very nice squeals.
Oh, thanks.
Can you do that again? Does it piss you off, Terry?
Oh, man.
She hit it.
I mean, I got a
She
3-year-old.
nailed it.
I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old now, Terry, and I
Yes.
never considered life insurance. But the day I found out my wife was pregnant, was the first thing I did.
Go get life
I
insurance.
went out and got life insurance.
Good job.
Really? I got a fifth of whiskey when I found out. That's the first thing I did.
And now I got to worry that when I do ultimately go, that they're going to be like finding. How come
They will. They will.
Well, of course they will. Yes.
Yeah, I told you, there's
absolutely.
people that are paid to find the loopholes, and they get a bonus if you save the company money.
So if I really did have that bacterial meningitis, we're like, well, where was he hanging out? Oh, in steam rooms? Well, look at the fine print of the
No.
policy.
Do not hang out in steam rooms, or you will not get paid.
Because I was trying to figure out how I got meningitis, Terry, which turned out to be viral, even though I was diagnosed with bacterial meningitis at first. All right? Remember? Over
Got
the
it.
summer when I missed
Yes.
a whole bunch of weeks?
Yes.
Okay. And apparently, like health clubs, the steam rooms, which I like getting a nice steam in every once in a while.
You like the naked guys?
Oh,
in there.
God.
Hey, it's hot in here, isn't it? Oh,
Goes without saying.
open up the legs more.
You go to 24-hour fitness, I go to the Turkish bath house. No, I've been going in the steam room probably more now than ever, and that's perhaps one of the way. They're like cesspool for germs.
Right.
And that doesn't
supposedly.
strike you as a crockpot of disease?
I guess now I see it.
Okay.
However, I don't know.
But you
I don't think that's how I got it.
meningitis, that seems pretty serious to get from a steam room.
Yeah, you can get meningitis in the same way you can get the flu. It just travels via the air.
Airborne.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Airborne
You like a nice
meningitis.
steam, you like a
Duck.
nice steam room, do you? Pour a
said
little water
he
on the
did.
rocks.
I like the feeling of a nice steam room.
Yeah, I do too. I love it.
I like to take a good steam.
Like to spray the eucalyptus in the air?
I don't know if I go that far.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Oh, I would.
I hope you come in to the steam room later today.
They have like a little eucalyptus spray. It's like-
Really?
oh, yeah, you spray
Wow,
it.
I don't know if I go to this hotty-totty place that you go
Well, see,
to.
the reason I know is because I thought it was water and I sprayed it on my tongue. So it was hot.
Uh-huh.
No, it wasn't water. Oh, my God. I just threw up.
Eucalyptus.
Oh, it's nice. It's like a little minty freshness in the
Yeah,
air.
no,
Clears
no,
out your sinuses.
absolutely. It is really
And if
good
you're-
for you, actually.
Just in case you go in the sauna later today, those coal-looking things aren't muffins. All right?
Okay, all right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they're-
Oh,
they're-
plate of muffins. Look at this. Hey.
The butter melts on them nicely, though.
Okay. We don't go to these la-di-da little health clubs that you go to.
we
that
have
have
a
eucalyptus spray.
Yeah, we have a spray bottle at our club.
Uh-huh.
Damn, where do we get that thing?
I don't know, but you high and mighty
That's
folk are
right.
really living it
I
large.
travel around the world to find a spray bottle.
Okay. Well, I hope the pressure does start to mount on this lame-ass insurance company that's trying to weasel out of making payments on Heath Ledger's life insurance that he made the payments on because they see it as him committing suicide. Please.
I know. Sad.
Where's the outrage?
Right here.
Where are the riots?
Coming soon.
I'm going for physical therapy. You think our insurance, Terry, at this great company covers a lot of that? No!
Really?
I cover a percentage.
Yeah.
For my ankle. You know my ankle?
Right, right.
I got the boot off finally.
You did.
Well, now I got this really cool physical therapist that twists it and turns it and do this
What about
and do
your
that.
ankle?
Well, we're going to get to that next week.
Okay, cool. Got to start slow, I guess.
That's right.
All right.
We're in the introduction phase right now.
Oh,
Hey,
my
all right.
gosh, you guys. Yeah.
I sit there like making them, you know, when you walk in, what do they call that? When you check in?
Yes.
And then you wait in the waiting room for your therapist to actually go. So I'm sitting there and they explain to me on the first day, well, your insurance covers about 60% of this. Would you like to stay? Or are you going to take off? Are you going to bolt out of here like the last person we told this information to? And I'm like, oh, all right, well, whatever. And I'm just hanging out, waiting for it to be called. And then the next person that comes in, you have Regents. They're like all happy for him. It covers 100% of physical therapy. I'm like, well, how do I get that?
Yeah. I think we used to, because I went to physical therapy. I wouldn't have paid for it. So I remember I had to go, and I remember it was fully covered.
No, not ours. Well,
Not anymore?
not from what they told me.
That's nice.
Or maybe I go to a shady physical therapy place. I don't know.
No, I think we have different insurance.
We do?
Well, from when I was hurt.
Well,
that was like 7 years ago.
Oh, yeah. The policies have changed.
Yeah,
What they cover.
All I know is I have the most expensive plan that they offer.
Right,
so
right.
if it's not covered on mine, it ain't covered on yours.
Right. But I think we have different companies than we used to
Right,
7 years
right.
ago.
7 years
Oh,
ago.
7 years ago?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Whenever I got
yeah.
hurt, 5 years ago.
I'm going in healthcare now.
Because I know that I would not have paid. I would not have paid that much money to go. I probably would have passed back then. Yeah, I'm good. I'll just limp the rest of my life. I can't imagine I would have paid.
But they did cover a lot of my hospital.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, right.
Oh, if you're like in that kind of extreme situation.
They-
like I had like a, I don't know, $13,000 bill, and I had to pay like a grand.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
I was well covered when I had the twins. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know.
Or if you live in Canada, you pay nothing. Right. So not really a good deal.
Well, remind me to get hurt next time in Canada.
There you go.
There you have it.
The T-Man Show.
911 emergency. What are you reporting?
A drunk driver
Where at?
at the Live Oaks Road.
Yeah.
And what is this? Is this East Valley Road? East Valley Road and Live Oaks Road.
You know what this is, Terry?
The person just
You know what we're listening to here?
No, some kind of 911 call.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Really tough to stump, I know.
I-
Heather Locklear got brought in. You saw the mugshot. Yes. We talked about it last week, or was it on Monday? I don't remember. She's gotten herself in a little bit more trouble than usual, and that's obviously not so easy to do, Terry. She's been in trouble for a number of years, especially over the past couple, Terry.
Yes.
But she was ratted out by a fellow commuter, by a fellow, person in their vehicle who was following her, all according to their little testimony, weaving in and out of lanes and stuff like that. And this is the 911 call made that ultimately led to Heather Locklear being brought into the police station and being fingerprinted and mug-shotted and all that stuff. All because of this nosy body commuter that called 911 and ratted her out. You want to hear that 911 call that we now have? We're in possession of this bit of audio. Do you want to hear this in its entirety?
Absolutely.
All right. Here's how Heather Locklear last week got discovered for being a drunk driver. Here we go.
911 emergency. What are you reporting?
A drunk driver
Where at?
at the Live Oaks Road and what is this? Is this East Valley Road? East Valley Road and Live Oaks Road in Montecito. The person it's a woman. She just pulled over.
What direction on Live Oaks, ma'am?
She's pointing south.
So am I now. Thanks a lot.
Right at East Valley Garage. Can I give you the plate number?
Sure. What kind of car is it?
It's a black BMW 745 Li.
Oh, she's very aware of what kind of car it is. La-di-da. If only you had one, maybe you wouldn't be so ready to turn the rest of the world in. You're driving your little hoopty mad at the world. You see anyone weaving in and out of lanes, and you're going to call up the cops and rat them out? Is that the right thing to do, Terry, if you really suspect?
Yes.
Now, don't tell me they didn't know this was Heather Locklear, okay?
Okay.
This woman who's making this call with her little buddy in the car there knows that it's Heather Locklear. You'll be able to know that for sure when you hear the rest of this call. She knows exactly who she's reporting. But let me ask you this, more of a standard hypothetical. You see someone driving erratically, you call 911 and report it. Is that the right thing to do? Or do you mind your own friggin' business and keep your distance?
No, I think it is the right thing to do
Option A.
as far as calling 911, yeah.
Option A, call 911 when you see someone on the highway,
Yes.
the byway, the little side street, the small town roads. They're driving erratically. You
Yes.
call 911 and report them. Or B, mind your own frickin' business and keep your distance so that you don't get yourself hurt.
Well,
Which is the more appropriate and correct thing to do?
call 911, report it.
All right. I necessarily wouldn't do that. I wouldn't necessarily do that,
but
but
the
I'm
thing-
not going to get on you, Terry, for
Well, but think
saying
about
that's
this.
your idea of a correct answer. I'm not going to say that you're wrong.
But think about
I want
this.
to.
You see that person driving erratically, correct?
They
And
could
they
kill
could easily
someone,
kill
blah,
somebody
blah,
up the
blah.
road,
We
and then how
got
do you
it.
feel?
Most of them make it home just fine.
Yeah, right.
Well, but you never know.
They
But,
know where they live.
but still, and better yet,
Two blocks in the house.
Drive hammered, get nailed.
whoa, and better. I mean, the other thing too is that
Love that.
if you could be also involved in the accident that person
That's
driving
why I
erratically.
said option B includes keep your distance while minding your own business. So you're not
Both.
the one.
Can I do both? Option C, 911, keep my distance.
No.
Oh.
Either you're a rat or you're not a rat.
Terry's a rat.
And if you're a rat, you shouldn't keep your distance and put yourself in the mix. So maybe you can be taken out if you're going to be that kind of a rat.
Terry has trouble minding her own business.
And trust
If you
me,
have
if you're
to.
choosing option A, you're keeping your distance.
Right.
Because if you're a rat, you're afraid of the world. So
Well, I'm calling, and yes, I am keeping my distance. I'm not
course.
like
I understand
speeding
that.
up and following them and seeing where they're
And
going.
as I said, I'm not going to get on you. At times I get on you, Terry. Maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't.
During the break.
At times I get on you when I just can't stand it, but I'm not going to do that this time. If you see a driver driving erratically and it's your decision to call 911, I'm not going to say that that's wrong. I'm going to say it's a little sniveling, ratty behavior, but that's fine. If that's, maybe it is appropriate to do as you say. If you save a life, wonderful.
I have a question then. What
I'm
if?
ga- you don't
no,
need to
I
ask-
know that,
you're-
but
you're
I'm
ahead.
asking these two are calling me snitches, so on and so forth over here.
Well, I'm kind of calling you snitch too,
Well,
but I'm saying you're not
but
necessarily wrong.
let me ask you
Yeah.
this. Let's say you don't
If your family
call.
member dies.
Yes.
You don't
call, and then
wait, let me finish. The
know
accident
you're gonna-
occurs.
two nuns and 3 school kids are run over, or what?
What if your wife was in that accident?
The
That's what she's gonna
accident.
say.
My pregnant wife is in that.
Yeah.
Well, it could happen if you call the cops or not.
I don't have a pregnant wife, but
No,
Pregnant
I'm.
girlfriend.
can't wait to see that kid.
But let me set it up. So even if you don't call,
We
but an
know- we
accident
know how the
does
setup
occur,
goes, yes.
the accident, and the police are going to ask for any witnesses of seeing this car anyway, right?
Huh?
So they may, like, let's say,
You ever hear the line, didn't see a thing, officer?
all right,
Didn't see a thing, can't remember.
Okay.
There you go.
all right.
They're not going to find all the people that were driving in that area as witnesses.
You were looking at that car.
Well, no,
I
I'm
know it.
saying, let's say they passed you, they're driving erratically, and the next
Yeah.
thing you know, it was like within a couple minutes
Yeah.
of you seeing them.
And then the officers
and you actually
actually
witnessed the accident,
I'll
and
say,
you just
listen,
kind of keep on driving?
I don't know what the definition of driving erratically is. They look fine to me. If they were driving erratically, I didn't pick up on it, officer. Thank you. Now can I go about my day? Okay, here's a little check for the
But you're
policeman's book.
stopped
Have a
because
good time.
there's bodies and cars
Hey,
strewn across the road.
you can't say
And you
that-
can say, well, I didn't see the accident, sorry. But
I
you're
saw
like
the
right
accident,
here.
but I didn't know they were driving erratically, so that's why I didn't call 911. I didn't pick up on the fact that they were driving erratically. What one person determines as erratic driving is another person's by the book. You can't say someone knows for sure when they see someone driving erratically. It's up to your discretion to determine what erratic driving is. Weaving in and out of 8 lanes, looked good to me. Almost went over the guardrail. Almost doesn't count. Seemed fine.
911 emergency, what are you reporting? A drunk driver? Where at?
Listen to this rat.
At the Live Oaks Road,
Obviously not a Dynasty fan.
and what is this? Is this East Valley Road? East Valley.
Or TJ Hooker.
Oh, that I'm a fan
Whoa,
of. Yeah,
you're
she
right,
was so
she
good
was.
on that.
Or Melrose Place.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever else she was in.
Yeah.
And what is this? Is this East Valley Road? East Valley Road and Live Oaks Road in Montecito. The person it's a woman. She just pulled over. What direction on Live Oaks, ma'am?
There you go. She pulled over. She probably knows she's strung as a friggin' skunk, and she pulled over to get herself all good and soberized. So what's the problem here? What?
But
What's the matter?
the thing is, it was established that she was not under the influence of alcohol.
See that? The rat didn't even have it right. Then why was her mugshot taken? Why was she brought into the police station if she blew a number that was below breathalyzer legal limits?
Well, I'm sure that they...
Keep rating. I'll keep playing this audio. You find out from me.
East Valley Road and Live Oaks Road in Montecito. The person it's a woman. She just pulled over. What direction on Live Oaks, ma'am? She's pointing south. Right by East Valley Garage. Can I give you the plate number? Sure.
She's dying to turn her in.
What kind of car is it? It's a black BMW 745 Li. What are they doing? Well, they just pulled... She was drunk at this we were at the market. She was drunk in the market, and she got in a car, and then we saw her pulled over.
So they're following Heather Locklear around the market, making a determination in the market that she's drunk. Mm-hmm. Maybe she was. And then they're following her all around town.
Yeah. Doesn't sound right.
Well,
and some people are saying that all along that this was an Us Weekly reporter that did this 911 call. That's
right,
some
that's
of the speculation here.
That it was actually that's
trying
what
to get her in trouble. They're trying to make their own stories now. They're not just reporting the news or the celebrity gossip anymore. They're not just reporting on the celebrity gossip for Us Weekly and In Touch magazine and junk like that, but which I love and read every week and buy in the grocery store chain like everyone else. They're now making the news. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
They want to be part of the story now.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. And
it's not true. Even if she wasn't drunk, Terry's saying that she blew a breathalyzer number that was below .08.
Right.
Well, they're saying that it was some kind of prescription medication that she was under the influence.
The point is, or one of the points that I see,
yes,
is that now we have to trust or have faith in humanity, trust our fellow man, that they just won't, on a whim, decide they're having a bad day and start reporting our license plate, whether we're driving erratically or not. Because you can call up 911, you can make a call on anyone's car, and then the police come out and look for your car? Is that what we have to worry about now?
Then they find the weed under your seat? What the
so
hell?
anyone...
Little heads up, please.
Luckily, that's all they found. So anyone driving on a highway right now could look to a fellow commuter to their right or left and just decide on a whim to call 911 and report them as a drunk driver. That's what I'm getting out of this call.
That is true.
That's what I'm getting out of this. You have to have faith in humanity that you're not going to be called in some bogus fashion.
Right. Well, understand.
Forget the hypothetical of if you're really drunk, will you be reported?
Right.
What about if someone just feels like they want to just stir the pot of life and report someone that absolutely has no symptoms of a drunk driver whatsoever?
Right.
You can't stop that.
It's a black BMW 745 Li.
What are they doing?
Well, they just pulled. She was drunk at this. We were at the market. She was drunk in the market, and she got in a car, and then we saw her pulled over. She's now pulled over, and she wandered up and down the street, but now she's back in the driver's seat.
She wandered up and down the street.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing, is
her
she
place
was
to
actually
puke?
pulled over. She wasn't even really, I mean, at the time that the 911 call took
Right.
place, apparently,
Yeah.
she had actually pulled over and stopped the vehicle.
Uh-huh.
So, and even when the police got there, she wasn't driving. She was actually parked.
Was the key in the ignition?
I
They'll
I
get you
don't
for
know,
that.
but
For sure.
You ever hear about them getting you in that loophole?
Yeah, you try
Yes.
to pass out in a parking lot, but if your keys
Right.
in the ignition,
Yeah.
you're
Keys in the ignition, you're as good as driving 80 miles an hour.
Well, they just pulled. She was drunk at this. We were at the
Drunk
market.
as a
She was drunk in
skunk.
the market, and she got in a car, and then we saw her pulled over. She's now pulled over, and she wandered up and down the street, but now she's back in the driver's seat.
Alrighty. You said she's pulled over to the right or the left?
She's on the right side.
Very important. On the right side.
Okay. Hang on.
Oh, she's revving her engine. What is she doing?
What's your name, ma'am?
Oh, they're just dying for her to be turned in. Oh, she's revving the engine now.
Uh-oh, how dare you. Rev your engine.
Rubbing the engine or revving the engine?
Yeah, probably both.
Oh, she's rubbing her engine now.
Oh, she's revving her engine. What is she doing?
What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Jill.
Okay, Jill.
Oh, you're not so dying to give your name, are you? She didn't give her first and last name, did she?
no.
My name is Jill.
That sounded like that was not her name.
Oh, she's revving her engine. What is she doing?
What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Jill.
Okay, Jill. We'll notify officers in the area. We'll put a broadcast out for the vehicle. I need you to maintain a safe distance away. Are you following the car?
We're following her. It looks like she's just revving her engine as she's...
Okay, I need to ask you to stop following the car. We know where they are. We have a light.
Yeah, stop following the car. Go home and try to find a life for yourself. Go home and get a freaking life. That's basically what the 911 lady is telling her.
Yeah.
Still like... The 911 operator asks her, are you following the car? And she goes, yeah, we're following the car, almost like she thinks she's doing the right thing.
Right, wrong answer.
No, that's the wrong answer. Stop following the car. Get your ass home and do something productive with your life.
Are you a police officer, ma'am? No, then stop following her.
Okay, Jill. We'll notify officers in the area. We'll put a broadcast out for the vehicle. I need you to maintain a safe distance away. Are you following the car?
We're following her. It looks like she's just revving her engine as she's...
Okay, I need to ask...
She almost felt like the 911 operator was going to be like, yeah, way to go. Keep following the car. Good job. Yeah, we're following the car. We're on top of this.
Here's your honor.
Stop following the car. Get your ass home.
Right. Thank you for the information. Now leave it alone. Is that?
Go to a club. Maybe you'll actually get hit on tonight.
Whoa!
You won't have to worry about everyone else's problems and turning them in. As I said, Terry.
Yes.
I didn't come down on you for your little... I would do the same thing if I saw someone truly driving erratically. Right. Perhaps that's not the wrong thing to do. But you hear the zeal, the zest, the gusto this woman has for turning in. I'm assuming she knows, on top of it all, that it is Heather Locklear, Terry.
Right. Well, as you said, her she actually used to be a former U.S. Weekly staffer. So.
Oh, that's been confirmed?
Yes. Yes.
A former U.S. Weekly Us Weekly?
Yes.
It's not really called U.S. Weekly.
Yeah, Us Weekly. I'm sorry. Yeah.
United States Weekly?
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Us Weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Despicable.
You can tell by her voice she's a little nutty.
Uh-huh.
This doesn't sound right.
Yeah, you nutty women can't even disguise yourselves by talking. Even in your little voices, we can tell if you're nutty or not. It's very easily able to be determined who the nutty women are as soon as they open their frickin' traps. That's right! And this one sounds clearly like a nutcase.
I need you to maintain a safe distance away. Are you following the car?
We're following her. It looks like she's just revving her engine as she's...
Okay, I need to ask you
Shut
to stop following the car. We know where they are, and we have a license plate. Okay, we don't
What's
want you... We know where they are, and we have a license plate. So you guys need to stop following. Because then if she thinks that you're following...
She feels a little stupid now.
You'll be a danger to her if she thinks that you're following her, and then she might run into something.
Mm-hmm. She thought she was about to get the key to the city.
Yeah.
Right.
For following the drunk driver.
Really...
stop following her.
Does the key to the city really unlock every door in the city? I always wondered that. Really?
Yes. It's a very special key.
Gotta be right.
Mm-hmm.
You ever got a
the
key
bakery.
to the
The candlestick maker place. The grocery store. The movie theater.
Yeah, you can get it anywhere.
That's great.
At any hour. Anytime you want. Yes.
Just unlock key in and shoot hoops.
Terry, I got the key to multiple cities.
Do you?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Yes. Wow. You need to get in somewhere?
I'll let you know if I do.
I'm your guy.
I guess so.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all there with you.
1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call. That is toll free. The thing, again, that worries me, Terry, when I hear calls like this, is who's to stop anyone from calling in anyone's license plate saying they were driving drunk?
Right.
Well, they do have your cell number the minute you call, so maybe that'll deter people a little bit.
Fine, but there are a lot of private block numbers.
No, not
and
for 911.
There are a lot of people that would still make it like, well, I called because they were driving drunk. I don't know if you're going to come down on me, fine, but...
That would ruin your day to get pulled over for absolutely no reason.
Ryan is on the air. Yes, Ryan. Ryan's got a small problem. Yes, Ryan.
What's up, T-Man?
With me, by the way. Yes, Ryan.
You?
Hey, man, are you getting paid for being an advocate for drunk driving?
How am I being an advocate for drunk driving by telling people not to rat out something that they clearly can not determine with any kind of true... It's completely to your discretion to determine what's going on and in what situation. Yeah, maybe if you see someone, as I said, driving across 8 lanes, weaving in and out of an 8-lane situation, maybe then you'd be inspired to call if you really think they're jeopardizing their fellow man and it's due to happen any second. But short of that, mind your own freaking business and stop trying to be a hero.
No, see, the thing you don't understand is that what if you had been affected by a drunk driver? Do you think you'd call at a lesser situation?
Okay, how were you affected, sir? Okay, I don't think anyone hasn't been affected in some sense.
I haven't been affected personally, but I'm saying, what if that lady that called...
I thought we all have. I've been affected by someone who died at the hands of a drunk driver. I mean, haven't we all now experienced that kind of situation, even if it's through a couple of degrees?
And you're saying you wouldn't call if you saw something... some erratic driving?
It would have to be something seriously. I don't think I've ever dialed 911 in my life, to be honest.
I haven't done it for that purpose.
Okay,
but...
It would have to be like the most ridiculous extreme for me to get on my cell phone and start calling in some fellow driver on how they're driving and me reporting them as a drunk driver. I can't really see it happening, to be honest. Yes. So the answer to your question is, I wouldn't say it will never happen. But I would be shocked if it does. If I am sitting there on my cell phone in my car reporting a guy a couple of blocks up that I just saw pass me driving all erratically and I think he's drunk, I don't think I would ever do it.
Well, truthfully, I hope you never have to.
Well, I hope so too, Ryan.
But
the world would be a better place without any drunk drivers. If that's where you're getting, if that's where you're going here, if that's what you're leading towards. Yes, I hope I never have to. The world would be a better place if we all could rid ourselves of the drunk drivers of the world. Yes.
Well, of course. But I don't know. It just sounded like from your earlier statement that you were going along with it.
Going along with what?
With drunk drivers. I mean, the fact that...
I'm all for drunk drivers. I'm a big advocate of drunk drivers, yes. I would like to have a rally to see if we can recruit more drunk drivers this weekend. All right? Yeah, you're all over it, Ryan. You found me out.
You crack me up, man.
All right. I'm glad I do. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
Take care. Just don't rat people out for no reason. Don't be a dick, all right?
That's the bottom line. Is that it?
Heather Lockley wasn't even drunk.
Right.
All right?
But she was under some
This
kind
woman
of
was taking
prescription.
great glee in making this phone call. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
I gotcha.
If you feel that you're 100% certainty that you are protecting your fellow man, then go for it. All right? Make the call.
You left the bar with them, and you know for a fact they're wasted.
But short of that, mind your own business.
I'm calling them on Vinnie tomorrow.
I've already done that about 6 times.
5'6", 110 pounds.
110 pounds.
Oh, you can't miss him unless you turn sideways. So you're saying if you see someone leave your local saloon...
That's right. I love saloons.
All good and hammered up to the hilt, and they get in their car and drive away, you would report them.
I'm saying you have more evidence that way, and you have a better chance of being right.
I don't even think I would try to talk them out of it before they got in their car.
Yeah.
Then if they get in their car and start the engine and head out, I'm not calling 911. I pray for them, but I ain't, or whoever else comes in their path.
If they're pretty bad, I'd probably call.
You would call 911 on them. All right. And I'm not knocking you for doing that. That's just maybe a small difference between me and you. I don't think I make that call. Maybe it makes me a bad guy, whatever. I don't make that call, and I'm not stopping you from doing it, and I'm not discouraging you from doing that. I'm not saying, oh, don't be around. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it. I don't see myself calling 911 reporting that guy.
I'd probably finish my game of pool and close out my tab and probably use the bathroom and have a smoke, and then I'd probably call.
Well, it's 2 out of 3 in the darts we're playing. So you know that.
Darts too. I forget I'm playing that too.
Oh, you can multitask in the bar.
Do you have any quarters?
And my family is just as in jeopardy as your family for me not making that call. So, hey, that's life and death. And maybe it'll be fitting if I one day get hit by a drunk driver and die, okay? Because I'm not making that call.
I don't think it's fitting. You probably shouldn't say that.
Well, whatever. Whatever.
Jesus.
No, it's...
Bam! My leg.
Oh, my leg. That'd be worse.
That'd be nice.
So that's an interesting one. Guy leaves.
Yes.
That happens all the time. How many times do you have to be making so many freaking calls that night? Vinnie the Pooh's at the club. He's overseeing the whole joint. Yeah. He knows everyone. The majority of people are leaving staggering out of the spot, and they're getting into their cars.
So is he.
I don't
He's
get
he's gonna tie up the local lines by himself by making all the 911 calls he'd have to make.
I don't get that. There's like 2 cops standing in the street in front of the club when the club lets out.
Anyone else makes a call, it's gonna be like, all circuits are busy. Vinnie the Pooh is making his nightly 911 calls. He'd have to call. He'd have to turn everyone in.
It's true.
Right? Mm-hmm. How many designated drivers are there really at the clubs that you go to these days?
That's a great question.
2.5.
If that.
And maybe your response you're dying to give me is, well, if more people ratted these people out, it wouldn't be to this extreme. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't go to bars anymore.
Right.
Drink at home.
There you go.
That's right.
It's cheaper.
Kick the dog and beat the wife.
Kick the kids around, too.
I call that Thursday.
That's right. Get in your room and stay there.
Hey, I want to be very clear.
Yes.
So that Ryans of the world don't get all pissed for no reason. And I'm perfectly fine with getting people pissed for no reason, don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to state something that isn't the case. As I said, Terry, I'm not discouraging you or Hotshot for making that call.
Right.
I just don't see myself making that call. Maybe that's some deficiency I have. But I am more inclined to be the type to mind their own business in those type of situations. Right. And there are a lot of situations where I absolutely have no ability to mind my own business.
Sure.
I mind my own business in situations I shouldn't, and I stay in people's businesses in situations I shouldn't. He?
Yeah.
Right. No.
I could use
You
my-
get in where you don't belong,
Absolutely.
basically, and you stay out where you do belong.
This is my personality profile. In situations where I should mind my own business, I'm in everyone's business.
Right.
In
Right.
situations where I shouldn't mind my own business and I should get involved, I'm clear out of there.
Right. Oh, you're getting beat by your boyfriend. Now I'm out. See ya.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go.
Now, that's an interesting hypothetical that maybe you brought up and maybe you didn't. I don't know, but I picked up on it. You hear some beating going on at your neighbor's joint.
Right.
Do you call that one in or not?
Turn the stereo up louder. Drown it out.
Gotta live next to that person. They ain't moving anytime soon. You want to be in that
I
kind
have, and I took the victim to the hospital.
of static-filled situation when you're just getting the mail the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year?
You think Terry's minding her business if Terry hears that? Come on.
Oh, heck no. And I took, like I said, I took the victim to...
Oh, Terry's been on the wrong side of a battering or two, so...
yeah.
the hospital.
You took,
She was...
you called 911 on your neighbor, and you took the victim to the hospital.
Yes.
While the guy was being
Car showed
handcuffed
up.
and taken away. Really? How
Yes.
recently did this happen?
This was when I was doing property management, and I lived right
It's
across...
before you got the good beating the wings all
Yeah.
the time. Huh. Well, you
and
think karma would have been on your side.
You would think, but it wasn't.
And yet you came in with a black eye out to here one morning, Terry. You remember
Right.
that?
No,
She
I
came
do.
in with the black guy.
Yeah, Terry was a trooper.
I did.
Terry, about 8 years ago, came in with a black eye
Longer
about a
than
year
that.
big. Was it longer than that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And yeah, some boyfriend she had beat the crap out of her. I felt bad for Terry that morning.
That's awful. I mean, I understand his anger, but he shouldn't have put his hands on her. It's not right. Terry getting under your skin, that I can get.
It's a normal, everyday thing for you guys, but yeah.
Wow.
But yes.
So it was before that morning,
Long before, yeah.
or that time when you got good and beaten by that dude, that you made that call.
Yes.
So karma, as I said, based
Should've
on the
been
fact
on my
that
side.
yeah, should have been on your side.
But
That black guy
no.
belonged to someone else. That black guy belonged to me.
But why is it all...
I got a broken nose in college if it makes you feel any better,
Oh,
Terry.
okay, good.
I got in a fight freshman year of college.
Wow, really?
And got my nose broken. But
For
I got
what?
I got in the first couple of shots,
Oh, good.
and then the guy just pummeled me. He was a much bigger guy, Terry, yeah. I was still Ribby Robbie. I was still
Right.
the ending of the Ribby Robbie stage.
Is that when you decided no more Ribby
No,
Robbie?
no, I had already decided.
Oh, okay.
That freshman year of college, I had already put on. I went from 119 at high school
That is
graduation.
not true. You
I
say
was-
119.
Vinny, there is hope for you, really.
High school graduation. I'm 17, 18 years old. I'm 5'10" at the time, 119 pounds. And then I topped out at about 6'1", somewhere between 6 foot and 6'1". I grew all the way through college. But, and this was the problem, I was leaving the Ribby Robbie stage. I had started lifting weights in college, right? And I put on like an immediate 10, 15, 20 pounds of muscle. And I got like way too full of myself and was like picking fights
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
with big dudes.
So that's what happened. Got
That
a little cocky.
Seemed a little pussy-ish, but turned
But
out
no.
wasn't the case. Dude was like 6'5", 280.
Wow. Not very pussy-ish.
Well, I mean, you never know.
What
Yeah,
gave
they don't,
you
doesn't
the
mean they're
impression?
tough, but yeah, you don't want to take your chances.
I mean, someone who's kind of equal to
gonna
your
hurt more
size.
from him.
It was a long fight that no one was willing to break up, and I was
You were
getting my shit. He was getting his shots in. And at the end of the day, I had my nose broken. It was no big deal.
Do you remember his name?
Got reset. Yeah, Michael Antonetti.
Wow. Today's your lucky day, T-Man. Because he wants to kick your ass again. Here he is.
Well, I ain't 140 anymore.
That's right. I'm grown now, Michael. You must get it.
So if you're talking about
big boy.
if you're talking about a rematch, I say bring it on.
Set it up.
Antonetti.
Have you ever tried to look him up? Like on,
Facebook or something like that?
Yeah.
No, but I know what I'll be doing this afternoon now.
Okay.
Send him a message.
Where
Meet
is
me at the
that?
park. I'm going to kick your ass.
Good morning.
Not that park.
Oh, not that part.
Not the Fruit Loop. No.
Okay, got it. 1866. Let me sneak in another quick call here. Sean, you're on the air. Hello,
More
Sean.
happens to your ass at that park than getting
what
kicked.
it do, man?
Well, what's up, Sean?
Hey, man, I was just calling in to say, man, I agree with you totally, man. People need to mind their business, man.
Well, I'm not telling people to do in this situation.
What the hell's going on in the next car, man?
I tell people to do what to do in a lot of situations. I'm going to steer clear of offering people advice on what to do in these situations because maybe they're doing the right thing and I just need to step up. But I ain't about to make any calls on anyone who's staggering out of the club and report them like Terry says should be done. I ain't doing that.
Nah, man.
For those who feel inclined to do that, fine. I'm not going to come down on you, but I ain't doing it.
I look at it like this, man. This is Tell on Me, Washington. This is the Tell on Me capital of the nation.
Let's put that on the license plate. The Tell on Me state.
Seattle was snitch capital of the world, man.
Wow. Okay.
That's all they do is tell. Man, hey, T, man, I got a story for you.
Are you part of the problem of the snitch capital of the world, Terry?
I guess so.
Snitch
Damn it.
capital of the world, man. Hey, look, I was riding with my partner, right?
Yeah.
And I was smoking a Black and Mild. I passed the Black and Mild to him so we could hit it. I got pulled over. They told us we were smoking weed because some blue-haired old lady in the next lane thought we was sitting past some blunts, which we wasn't. I was just smoking a black, man.
Mm-hmm.
Capital of the world, man.
Can't even smoke a Swisher Sweet anymore these days, Terry, without the snitch capital of the world folk calling 911 and turning you in.
Damn it.
Time out. That's all I have to say, T, man. Take care, dog.
Nice call. Thank you, sir. There he goes.
All right.
Not about to move anytime soon, but
I know.
finding it despicable that he looks around realizing he lives in the snitch capital of the world.
Wow.
Of course, the Heather Locklear call took place in California, so.
Right.
The whole West Coast.
Damn it.
Bunch of freaking snitches.
Snitch.
1-866.
Trailed off that.
663 T-Man. Back after these words.
The T-Man Show.
All right, the rest of the song pretty much goes that way. Violet.
Baby.
Pretty much goes that way.
Violet, you're on the air. Hello. Yes, Violet.
Yeah, I wanted to call and let you know there is certain situations where you do need to call the cops on a drunk driver. I have never called the cops on anybody in my life, but I called the cops on a drunk driver about 6 months ago because he was swerving all through I-5, and he actually took out one of the street signs. He swerved in a big green I-5 sign saying the city's in so many miles. He took it out. It went down on his windshield.
All right, well, I'm glad you made that call. The world's a better place. Speaking of drunk drivers, how about we turn our attention to...
Really?
Is it gone?
Really gone?
Wow.
Is that a
no,
sign?
it's not.
How's it gone, Pasty? How can it be gone?
No reason it should be gone.
Well, what do you think I'm sitting here stalling like an idiot for? Here it's been up on Tari Cam all morning long. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah.
Pasty come over and go, wow, it's really gone.
Like, no way.
That's kind of fitting considering what's been going on in his life.
Yeah.
His opening theme is gone, never to return.
Never to return. No way.
You had it.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
geez. Two guys over my shoulders.
I know.
You get the bottom, I'll get the top.
Working
Wow.
frantically. All right.
Sandwich.
How about he's been on Tari Cam all morning?
Oh, yeah, he sure has.
That's not a good sign for what's going on in his life, I have a feeling. How about we turn our attention to this guy?
Representing butt rockers worldwide. Carrying sod from Tacoma to Everett and every city in between. President of the blue collar workers. Even though he wears a tank top, here's Dump Truck Guy.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that?
I've only been on it for a half hour.
Oh, about a half hour?
Yeah. I woke up and somebody freaking opened my gate and I had 2 dogs missing. So
I don't know. Terry mentioned to me over an hour ago that you were on Tari Cam.
I only been on cam for an hour or a half hour.
You get your dogs back?
Yeah, I did. Thank God.
Every morning it seems like you're chasing your dogs down the street.
Well, stop on my freaking gate then.
Oh, dear.
I didn't do it.
There you go.
That makes lots of sense. So what's the latest? How's things with you enjoying Million Hairs and your lovely marriage and all that fun stuff? How's that working out, Dumpy?
Not good. Sitting here by myself, but it's all good, whatever.
But Tari Cam is your new wife.
I think so.
What?
Tari Cam is your new family. It's your new wife. It's your new...
Only probably for today because I didn't get my ass to work. About 15 minutes, I'm out of here.
Got to get your ass to work. But as we speak right now, you're still in your home, and you're still chatting away with many a fellow Tari Cam chatter, and you're enjoying all the fun and frogs that goes along with
For
that.
a minute. I'm already late, so what's another half hour?
Yeah, what is another half hour? Why even go in today?
And then once you're a half
Because
hour
I need
late...
$300.
Mm-hmm. Once you're a
If I
half
stay
hour
home,
to
I lose money.
once you're a half hour to an hour late, what's another hour? And then once you're that late, why don't you just come in after lunchtime and?
Yeah, next Friday I'm going, no money.
So you're living alone. You're living a single life over the past week since we talked to you late last week when you said that you were all by yourself. Has that been the case since then, or has she made a return appearance between then and now, or what?
I do pick up my daughter from school, and yeah.
Oh, good.
But as far as your wife spending a night in the home there, has that happened since last we talked?
Ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
Ain't happening.
Is there a better chance of you finding someone on Tari Cam to spend the night with at some point later this week, or your
my
wife?
wife staying here?
Yes.
It's probably just as good.
Oh,
Just as
for
good a
either.
chance as my wife staying here as me finding somebody on Tari Cam.
Good morning.
Whoa.
I'm here to stay.
That'll be the freaking day I put a gun to my head. And
Oh, take it easy.
Settle down.
We don't need those kind of
We get it.
images.
You don't
We
like 'em.
understand you're not the most happy guy right now, but hey, maybe this is part of what needs to be the beginning of a healing process.
No, I totally agree, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works, man.
And maybe you need to ease into Tari Cam before you get your little Tari Cam wrapped down to the point where you're bringing girls over to your joint left and right. All right?
Yeah. Ain't nobody coming to my joint for a while.
For a while.
So he says.
That's
Whatever.
it's important for the divorce proceedings.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I'm just chilling out, man.
If I were you, I would have had Dizzle over yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Single now?
As a matter of fact, I might know anyway.
Wow, really?
Okay, she's unstoppable. Anyway,
Wow.
unstoppable. But so are a lot of other guys. Miss Kitty, Terry. Who else
Yes.
is up on Tari Cam? It's not
let's see.
Thursday, so find them
No,
out.
Thursday.
There's some new ones on Tari Cam that I'm really kind of feeling. There was like some.
Whoa, that sounded good.
That's like early morning hack up. Too many cigarettes last night.
Now you're ready for work.
There you go.
What were you telling me about gay on Tari Cam this morning?
Non-stop eating.
Non-stop
Honestly,
eating.
I'll
look over.
back of that.
He either has
Back
gum.
it to the face.
Yeah, I see like his jaw moving the whole morning.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean he's taking food down, but
That's
There's
true.
nothing in it. Yeah.
But you're witnessing him eating like non-stop
Yes.
food, and this is not boding well for him and the
Losing weight thing.
feeling that this was just a temporary thing, this new weight gain little pattern that had been going on lately.
Yeah.
If normally he can withhold his eating time for when he's not on Tari Cam during show hours. But if he's at the point now where Hotshot, every time he glances over to Tari Cam, he's seeing gay phone operator having no ability to not eat. That is not a good
right
sign.
Now, I see his mouth going up and down.
Even in his
Heavy chewing.
even in his heaviest times, Terry, when he was at the 416 weight that he topped out at, he would be able to withhold his eating
He's a bottom.
during times of the show or when he was in public and stuff like that.
He was more embarrassed of it then, because he's so heavy than he is now. Now he thinks it's a free-for-all. He can just eat all day long.
This is the problem.
It is.
W, would you like
bigger than ever? Just give you a heads up.
Oh, jeez.
Would you like to leave us with a final thought here?
Going to work and talk to you tomorrow. Have a great dump truck guy day.
All right, you as well.
I can't tell. Is he sad? Is he enjoying it? What's his
I
deal?
don't think he sounds great.
I can't get a feel.
I don't think he sounds great, but he might be overplaying that to some degree for a purpose.
Litigation.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to adjust. I'm sure he's trying to manage the best that he can. How can anybody really say how they'd react?
That flair that you usually expect in Dump Truck Guy. That intensity, Terry.
Yes.
That flare, that big,
Fire.
that heat is now down to a flicker.
Yeah, seems
He doesn't sound like the same guy.
He does not. He sounds like a defeated man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear him like that. That's not the Dump Truck Guy we know and love.
No.
He's a beaten man, it sounds like, Terry. Now, is that an act? It doesn't actually sound like one.
No. I think you are correct.
Think that's the real him right now?
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll change soon.
I hope so too. Just got to get through this little rough spot, and
then maybe
it'll
that
all...
flicker will turn back into
Yes.
a towering inferno.
It
All right.
The T-Man Show.
Britney is also in the headlines today with new details about an alleged sex tape with former paparazzo pal Adnan Ghalib.
But we spoke to a source close to Britney, and they said that the story is completely false. There is no sex tape.
Okay. Bummer, huh?
I don't know if I want to see a Britney sex tape.
I do.
I can't into it.
I'm dying to see it.
You talk me into it.
It's not even because she's hot. I'm just always so curious.
Do you think she's really freaky?
I don't know. I'm afraid to find out. If she's not, I'll be very disappointed.
I mean, do you think?
Do they hump like us?
I mean, is it Kim Kardashian worthy, or do you think it's
Kim Kardashian was mildly.
Well, but for sex tapes of the stars, right?
Right.
Wasn't she kind of?
Well, yeah. They did good PR work with that one.
Okay. But I mean,
I'm here to say, Britney,
from advertising it to distributing it little by little, from every standpoint, on every front,
right.
They did a good job with the Kim Kardashian sex tape, which in turn has made her a bigger star than she ever should have been. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But Britney is already well beyond anything Kim Kardashian has ever been star-wise.
Right.
So to see her sex tape now is, well, I guess something I would definitely not turn away from. But I'm afraid of what I might see. I mean, if she's just pathetic, it would be just an add-on to the heap of crap that has gone on. She's got to be good, Terry, right?
I'm here to say she's pathetic and awful and boring and not freaky at all.
That's what I'm worried about.
Definitely
Because
lock of the year.
I could definitely make a case for that being the case.
Yeah.
That she is boring, she's lame, she's unenthused.
Which is all fine by me.
Oh, it has its place. Don't get me wrong.
Look, I'm just mailing it in too. We're good.
But I want that. I want that white, trashy, freaky, raunchy, give it to me kind of attitude out of her.
Right.
All right.
But
nothing like
really?
that white, trashy, give it to me. I can't wait any longer kind of attitude. Give it to me now. Give it to me harder. Give it to me.
Okay.
What do you
got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Grinded teeth.
Whoa!
You love the horny white trash.
But she's, of course, clean and sober now, so it's probably not going to be as freaky as.
I'm sorry, what was that statement you just made?
Oh, you love the horny white trash.
Well, it's funny you should say that because here they are.
Oh. He's a gay phone operator. He's so gay. He's so phone operator. And now, here's Gay. A good morning.
You know what? Why does Scott have to be a bitch about things?
I just noticed you were eating on the air. That's all.
Yeah, I was eating. I'm eating my goddamn breakfast. Am I allowed to do that?
But your breakfast goes on for 2 hours.
No, it doesn't. I have to eat slow, you ass.
Okay.
So wait. Is it
like you do.
Is it no? It doesn't go on for 2 hours, or I have to eat slow, so it does? Because you said no, it doesn't. I have to eat slow.
So yes, it can take a long time to eat one meal.
It was an hour and 50 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, it can.
So, because you're saying no, but then you're giving a reason why it would. So which is it? Does it take 2 hours or not?
Sometimes it does. Depending on what I eat.
So then don't say no. He said it goes on for 2 hours. You should
No,
say,
he
yeah,
said
it does,
I'm
but
eating
here's
the whole
why.
Time, and I'm not.
Well, he's just mentioning, and he mentioned to me and simultaneously everyone else that's listening, so yeah, about 1 million people, that every time he looked up at Terry Cam, your mouth was in motion, your jaw was in high gear, and your eating never ceased.
Fine.
But you're admitting it. You said it takes about 2 hours to eat a meal.
Sometimes it does.
Okay, well, that's all I was pointing out. You were eating
So
for 2
why do you have
hours.
to point it out at all?
So you were just having one poached egg, but it took you 2
You
hours.
have to point it out at all.
2 hours to eat an egg.
Why do I get the sense that you were eating quite the healthy, elaborate little breakfast situation?
I had 2 pieces of a breakfast pizza.
A breakfast pizza.
Breakfast pizza.
Of course. Well, just the standard, typical, everyday, run-of-the-mill breakfast that I'm sure everyone enjoyed this morning,
It was
the
a microwave
breakfast
meal
pizza.
that I could throw in and heat up real quick and have something to eat.
Pizza.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. And that took you 2 hours to eat on Terry Cam.
It hasn't been 2 hours.
Well, you just said it took you a long time to eat it.
It
so
does take a long time, but I didn't say it took goddamn 2 hours.
Whoa.
I don't think it's
Easy.
necessary for you to snap, at me especially. How long would you say you were eating breakfast? The enjoyable, never-ending, just pool of joyful breakfast fun of the breakfast pizza situation. How long did it take you to eat it?
I probably started about 7:45, 7:50, and I actually have 2 bites left on my plate.
Geez. So if you see him chewing from now to the end of the show, he's now made you prepared that he's not done with his breakfast pizza.
That's right.
No, I'm done now.
Well, Vinnie the Pooh is already on his way over. He should be halfway there by now to verify
Really?
just in fact how much breakfast pizza you really did have this morning. You say 2 pieces. We beg to differ and think you may have taken down the entire Little Caesars chain just this morning. I don't know if Little Caesars makes a breakfast pizza, but...
Sounds good, right?
Is there a Little Caesars?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
Okay.
still
Yeah.
breakfast pizza's really good.
Yeah, Vinny's not the one to be judging what I'm eating, okay? The little leprechaun, and if you want to see a photo of him, I'll post it.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think he looks anything like a leprechaun. I mean, if anyone is calling the kettle black on the leprechaun comment...
Here we go. He's making a picture.
I mean, you look like a leprechaun that got a hose put up his ass and turned on and just got expanded. Amazing. Why would you refer to Vinny as a leprechaun?
My man just got caught eating a gang of food this morning, and now he's bitter about it. You feel me? So lash out on me if you want to, guys.
Do you ever think you've ever looked in the mirror and saw the resemblance of a leprechaun?
I'm not a leprechaun, no.
You just put him on a Lucky Charms box.
I happen to like Lucky.
Well, they do have chocolate Lucky Charms now, so maybe that's
you know, it works perfectly. Thank you.
Gay's more of a leprechaun than anyone.
No, I've been called Frodo. How's that?
No, you're redhead. You got the rainbow in your life. Minus the pot of gold, you're just like a leprechaun.
Wow, minus the pot of gold.
Yeah, always a minus the pot of gold.
Well, the leprechaun has a full set of teeth.
Well, what can we do to get you this pot of gold? Let's work on the pot of gold. Maybe working on getting the weight to come off was a mistake. It was a unwinnable battle. Maybe the getting Gay the pot of gold situation is more of an obtainable situation that can actually be reasonably accomplished for the phone operator of the gayest variety that we'll ever know and ever love. How can we get you that pot of gold that you now have already taken for granted you'll never get?
Yeah, you can't, because even if I got it, one of the listeners would ruin it, just like they've ruined my phone number. They've ruined everything else. So, why bother?
Oh, yeah, you got a new phone number now, huh?
I've gotten 2 goddamn new numbers.
Really?
Sad.
Why'd you have to give up the 903-6969 number? I mean, you cherish that more than, you
Because
would of your firstborn if you ever had one.
Stop. I posted on the gay blog. If you want to read it, go read it.
So the listeners are that committed to harassing you that it was so nonstop that even you, who's got nothing else to do in the world but take these calls in, which I assumed you loved. I never thought it would get
I did love it at first because I got hot photos. Guys thought I was a girl with an escort ad, and they kept sending photos to my phone.
So if I call your old number, it's like disconnected now, it's gone, never to return?
It rings like a fast busy signal because it's been turned off.
All right, hang on the line. Let me call the other number, see what...
Fast busy signal?
903-6969. I can't believe he wouldn't be in business. And what does that imply, that fast busy signal?
It's gone. I changed my number.
That's like impossible to believe.
I know.
You embraced...
And I got a new number, and they got it again.
Oh, he has blogged about it for sure.
It, and they kept calling and kept giving it out again.
They got your new one?
I've had it.
Is that blog up on the tmanshow.com?
It is
yes,
right now.
I'm reading it right now.
I may have to actually go and read his rant.
You need to.
I mean,
It's all in...
I didn't think there was an amount of calls that would ever get to a point that he would say, okay, I've had it, enough, I surrender, I'm giving up my number.
I never had to hang up my phone.
I thought the more the better.
If I put end call on my phone, there was one ringing in.
We've actually done contests where the 93rd caller calls Gay's cell phone.
I know we have.
And flooded his phone, and he still doesn't care.
So you've learned your lesson. You'll never give out your number over the air again,
I
right?
haven't even given the new number to my family, and I'm not going to. I'm not giving the new number to anybody.
It's not like they're about to call, right?
You need to use the call out.
Yeah.
And I'll
about
do the
the
*67 to block the goddamn thing every time I do call out.
What about your fraudulent boyfriend? Has he got your number?
He hasn't.
Not
So somebody did get the new number.
Because we're in love.
Yeah, but he's not going to call and harass me
Not yet.
Just lead you on. That's
like
all.
other people that don't have a goddamn life.
He's probably the one who gave it out to other people.
We hear even your family members are telling you that he's a con artist. He's a fraud. He's scamming you. He's a user.
He didn't have a good first impression, second, third, or fourth impression with them. And
Third or fourth impression.
Does that make you rethink your position on abandon or no?
Nope, still in the sling.
You're still as in love. You're still as solid a boyfriend situation as ever could be imagined.
Yep.
Even though every family member that you know and trust has kind of warned you that they get a bad vibe from him.
I had made a decision that I was choosing my family over him, and it's like I missed him. I couldn't not talk to him. I'm not gonna.
Oh, wow.
Well, if your family really felt that he was someone good for you, there would be plenty of room for your family and him.
There's plenty of room for my family and him together.
I know that, but they don't like him.
Well, that's not my fault. And you know what? You're going to have to accept who I love in my life.
Oh, geez. It may not be your fault, but they absolutely have no motivation not to like him unless there's truly something not to like. Does that ever ring a register bell in your head or no?
First of all, they don't know him well enough to not
They
like
apparently
him.
know enough about him to make it this.
All they know is the bad impression that he started.
What was the
first,
bad
second,
impression?
third, and fourth.
Right. It seems like a lot. It's
What
one thing
was-
if it's one time.
A lot of
bad-
impressions.
Yeah.
What was it that gave them the bad
Yeah,
impression?
more impressions than Danny Gantz.
And he's good.
Well,
He made comments in my chat room that were inappropriate.
That's how the meet and greet goes down between your new
That's
boyfriend,
how it
your
started,
soulmate,
yes.
and your family. They all get together in the chat room.
Yes.
That's where the family picnic takes place in your world, in the chat room. I wonder what that three-legged race looks like in the chat room, Terry. I don't want to know.
Got a whole new meeting at his family picnic. So
Abandon, my third cousin just signed on. Say hello. I mean, this is how the meet and greet goes down?
No, he doesn't go in my chat room anymore.
Because he's been shunned by your family.
Yep.
Wow. Well, maybe that should be something you take into consideration when trying to figure out where it all stands with you and this new guy that just came waltzing into your life.
You know what? I accept the people that my family have in their lives and partners, boyfriends. I don't tell them who they can and can't see.
Wow. So that's your position on this. So what are you at Abandon going to be joining in for the Thanksgiving dinner with your family, joining in for the holidays, or is he not welcome?
He would be welcome.
And in turn now, are you not welcome for the big turkey dinner, the watching the Macy's floats, and enjoying a little Christmas eggnog? And now, because you've been shunned by the family, you're going to have to just enjoy your holidays with Abandon and no one else.
I'd be fine with that, but we probably won't be together on Thanksgiving either.
Why?
Because he's with his family back east.
Oh, so he's choosing his family over you. What kind of first impression did he make with his family? Oh, they love him.
He's never met him.
I've met them and talked to them online.
What about? Have you met the kids yet?
Don't you think there's
Yeah, I
anything
talked to them
wrong?
online,
Don't
and
you
they've
think?
seen
Okay,
me,
don't you
and
think there's anything wrong with the fact that all your meet and greets in this new, beautiful soulmate found relationship that you have has been strictly online?
It's all been online.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all it can be until we actually meet in person.
We
and
understand
there's
that.
But you
When's that
love
gonna
him
happen?
already.
Yeah,
Until
I know.
you meet him.
What are you going
in
to do when you meet him
person.
in person? It all falls apart at the seams, and then you try to welcome your family back into your world because they're all you have. Actually, that won't have to happen with us because we'll accept you and we will never run you out of town like your family has over this guy.
But this is what we talked about before, though, how he's prepared to just drop everything for a new guy. You know?
That he hasn't even
Okay,
met!
first of all, that happens with everybody that has someone new in their life. There's a period of transition where they concentrate on that other person, and other people are forgotten for a while.
So you're loving it.
I'm not saying I'm loving it. I don't like the fact that my family's upset with me.
Mm-hmm. The family that it took you so long to get reestablished in is now all of a sudden all that hard work has been, one fell swoop eliminated because of this new pseudo online boyfriend that you have. Don't you think there's something wrong with your life, Gay, when you...
Hasn't there always been something wrong with my life?
Yeah, but now more than ever, and this has
No.
nothing to do with anything we've talked about. Just this whole situation. Doesn't this give you a little window of, okay, there's something not right about the way my day-to-day life has been kind of playing itself out?
That's how my life has always been. There's always been something wrong.
No,
And
I think you found even more room on the slippery
and being able to
slope to
talk
spiral.
him
Yes.
And enjoy the time I talk to him. We've already discussed that when we meet in person, it might not work out.
Oh, my
because
gosh,
we
then
might realize.
Really?
You know
Is
what,
that
we're
possible?
Not compatible.
Is that right?
But that's all we can do.
What is your
and that's
family's-
all we have right now, and we're going with it.
What is your family's biggest problem with
neighbors
him?
hate him.
What is their biggest criticism of him?
They're worried that he's going to hurt me. That it's just something fake and online, and he's just a total ass.
Mm-hmm. And you don't see it that way.
I see he's been an ass, but I don't think he's there to hurt me.
Don't you have a problem? Don't you have a problem with someone being an ass to your family? Isn't that kind of part of picking a partner?
He wasn't really an ass. He said inappropriate things, and he's apologized.
What did he say that was inappropriate to your family that he had to apologize for?
He was just posting stuff in the room. It was funny. It was,
Oh, you just don't get him, Mom.
No, he was. You want to know what he was posting? He kept posting all the definitions of like a Cleveland steamer and all of that stuff.
He's just trying to break the ice, Auntie.
Right.
He's really
But that's the first time. What about the second, third, and fourth?
Oh, that's when he brought up the
whoa.
Alabama Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Cincinnati bow tie.
Yep. He went down the list, believe me.
Oh, he's so hysterical. They just don't understand him. They don't get him like you do. They don't understand your love.
You're an ass.
Gay.
You're an ass.
The fact that you're now not talking to your family over this guy is really not.
Okay, I've been talking to my family.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we know how
They're
this,
just not talking to you.
We know how this book ends. We've seen it before.
Well, good. Go to another goddamn chapter.
Wow.
No, because I know how it ends. I'm done reading it.
Well, good. Then put the goddamn book down.
I want to see how many more book analogies you can make.
That pizza's getting cold, Gay.
No, I'm done.
You know you're still hungry.
You have a couple of bites left, you said. Or
I've
have you been
already
able
put it in
to...
the sink. It's done.
You put it in the sink?
I put my plate over in the sink, so when I do dishes...
You don't do dishes.
Oh, jeez. Vinny is
Whoa.
just hitting
Oh,
him today.
Vinny, you faggot, shut the hell
Oh,
up.
jeez.
Oh, man.
When you come out of the closet, then you can judge me for how I clean my
I guess
apartment,
a
okay?
a dirty house
Do you
is really...
really think that he's a homosexual?
A lot of people think he's a homosexual.
That is, but I'm asking you what you think. Do you really think that he's portraying himself as a heterosexual man, but really he is hiding the fact that he's a homosexual? Is that what you really, truly think, or is that just your way of trying to push his buttons? Tell me the truth. Once and for all, tell me where you stand on the Vinnie the Pooh situation. Do you think he's a closet-hiding homo, or do you think he actually is heterosexual, but the only way to get to his jugular and get a little even with him when he annoys you is to call him a faggot?
Okay, I'm not the one with the little rhinestone belt.
Answer
Okay?
the question. I'm asking you a yes or no question.
He's gay.
No, really? Do you really think
Yes,
he's...
I do.
Oh, yes, I do.
Jeez, all right.
He's gay.
Hey, at least my house is clean. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Maybe,
Really,
you're
is
the,
funny.
Hey.
All right.
maybe you are the...
Yeah, maybe you are, if that's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They say that a lot of gay men are very fashionable and very clean.
Oh, jeez. Gay is the antithesis.
Yes, he is.
He is the opposite of the symptoms of a gay man.
He's a real
But
conundrum.
maybe that's why he knows that Vinny is.
I don't think the majority of the gay population is also simultaneously enjoying some breakfast pizza right now.
No.
Enjoying a little fruit cup.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Half a
And
grapefruit.
a steroid injection, I'm sure.
No, that's a different kind of injection, but that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
More of the hot beef variety. But anyway.
The doctor give you that?
They ain't getting that either.
Wow, someone is calling in saying they are already obtained. I don't know how they're doing this, the listeners. I don't know how or what lengths they go to, but a listener is already calling in saying that third new number you got now has already been figured out.
Oh, jeez.
Hacked into.
And ready to be distributed amongst the listeners that enjoy harassing you. Are you?
Good. Tell them to call it. Tell
Yeah, I
them
was
to give it
going
out
to say,
on the
make
air
them
right
prove
now.
it. Make them prove it.
And believe it or not, you think it'd be men harassing gay phone operator. You think it'd be
Is it a woman?
It would be dudes who would enjoy and have gotten him to a point where he's going crazy and has relinquished his 903-6969 number and a second number that he had to follow it up with. It's a woman on the line who says, I got Gay's new number.
Oh, a woman is who he claims is his arch enemy.
Natalie,
Yeah,
you got Gay's new number?
I do.
The newest of new numbers?
I believe it is.
And how did you get it?
How did I get it?
Yeah, all right, maybe you don't want to reveal your secrets.
No, I got my insiders.
All right, give it out on the give it out on the air, and then Gay will tell us if that's the actual number or not. What number do you think is his newest of spanking brand new phone numbers that he just got over the past day or two?
It's 973-6969.
Nope. That's the second one I got.
Pretty close, though.
Why is it so important that you find the number?
No wonder he was willing to give up his old number. He got a 6969 number to follow it up with.
Right.
So I would think that he's got a new 6969 number. You're a little behind the times, Natalie. He says he's got a newer number.
Newer number
Yeah,
than
so
that.
tell your dumb bitch friends online
But
Wait, let him finish. Go ahead. Yes, Gay, give the message.
to go to hell
Oh.
because they're not going to get the new one. And I also know who the person is that's giving out the second number.
How do you feel like this newest of new numbers is extra protected? How do you feel? How can you be so sure, Gay?
Because there's no way that this one can be given.
How do you know that?
And I've already asked my phone company if somebody accesses my account to
Yes.
find my number.
Yes, and they
their
told you what?
employee ID is registered. Whether they view the account or make changes to it, it's
such a
there.
pain in the
So
ass
if
to
you
people.
do look at my goddamn account and you give my number out, your ass is going to be effing fired.
Ooh.
Natalie, why is there this need by listeners to harass Gay to such an extent? Why is there just so much enjoyment at the end of the day when it comes to this, or what?
You know what? It's just, I don't even know.
Is it like a video game that you just have to beat, or what? Is it that kind of mentality? You got to beat the game. It's become that kind of a challenge, or what?
It's keeping up on what you know.
But do you not have other things to entertain you? Is your life that boring that you have to harass Gay?
This seems pretty entertaining,
You know what? I'm young.
I can see
go to
myself getting
school,
into this.
and today was actually the first day that I've actually sat and listened to the show for quite a while now.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So then why were you getting Gay's number then?
You know, I had it.
It's just something
and
that's going
I
around
figured
out
I'd
there?
fall and add to the drama.
I'm lost in that last comment. If she's not into the show lately,
Right. Why would she?
then why would she have this need to be a part of the group of people out there that
Because
love
the
harassing
person
gay
that's
phone
giving
operators?
out my number now
Yeah.
is effing psychotic.
And
The person cannot let things go, and the person has to do anything they can to get back at me.
And she just became part of their team.
I think so.
Yeah, but when you say back at you, what did you do to them?
Nothing. That's the point.
Well, you said get back at you.
That's why they're psychotic.
No, but you said get back at you.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be that would be a symptom of psychotic would be doing it and having no need to get back at you. You said get back at you. Get back at you for what? What did you do to them? You've done a lot of things to a lot of
Maybe
people.
because I
Maybe
choose
it's
not to
finally
have
coming
this
back to
person
bite you in
my
the
life
ass.
anymore.
Somebody got
Maybe
fired.
because I choose not to have this person in my life anymore, and I don't talk to the person anymore, and I'm tired of it because of the way they treat me.
Wait. So are you suggesting this stems from an old flame?
Not a flame.
Got
no.
awry.
Not a flame.
Or got a pumpernickel? And
I love pumpernickel.
I'm kind of lost.
Who does Gay think it is?
I'm not talking about the person.
Why? If you
because
were,
I'm tired of it.
If you're really being harassed by this person, here's a chance to call them out and throw them under the bus and let them get scared that they've been unmasked. Why don't you say who it is?
Nope.
Natalie doesn't think you know who it is.
Well,
She's
where did
challenging
Natalie get
you.
the number from?
She's challenging you.
Really, I'm challenging her. Where did you get the number from, Natalie?
I can't tell you. I got my inside.
Oh, you can't tell me. Yeah.
It's like a game.
I
I'm
love
telling
it.
you.
I love it.
It is.
And it tortures Gay.
It's,
I
you
know
know,
where
Gay
the number got-
it's
Gay
got
knows
wider
who
than
it is
people that even listen to the
from.
show.
Right.
Natalie has said she's listening for the first
I'm
time in a
not
while.
stupid. I've already been told that the person gave the number out.
Natalie, you got any response to that?
Who
you been listening?
I don't know if I should say anything.
Who you been listening to in the morning that you're finally back now, Natalie?
Sorry?
Where you been going in the morning to get your morning entertainment?
I go to college.
Oh.
Love that station.
And you don't listen to the radio in the morning anymore?
Not usually.
All right, well, I'm glad you're back now. Anyway.
I'm glad it's not another cockamamie
Yeah,
show.
but some cockamamie show. I couldn't imagine that could be the case. I knew that wasn't right. Anyway, welcome back, Natalie, and I'm glad you have joined in with the masses that have made it like, as I said, Terry, like beating Halo.
Yeah.
To get gay phone operators' newest number. He challenges the world that they can't get a hold of this new one.
And the reason why they continue to do it, I'm sure, is because they know that it really irritates him. If he would just leave it alone and let him, not even react,
I get my number
it
out
would
on
be
the air all the
boring.
time. I don't get any calls. I don't get any texts.
It would
I
be
get nothing.
boring for them.
Jesus. People
You
leave me
know?
alone.
Yes. But Natalie must feel a little bit bothered by the fact that she got rebuffed when she said she had the number and Gay kind of taunted her. That's the old number. You're behind the times, Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie.
You're
get the new
behind the
one.
curve.
To get his new number. He's going to flip.
You're what?
He wants people to get his new number. He'll flip eventually.
You think at the end of the day he really loves this?
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't. No, I
Well,
don't.
then
And that's
stop
why I'm not
reacting.
giving the number to my family.
He's not even giving it to his family. He thinks there might be a leak in his family.
No, there's
they're
ways
not talking to you anyway,
There's
so.
ways to get a hold of me. You can email me. I'm on
All right.
Messenger. You can do whatever you need.
Nobody really wants to talk to
don't
you.
need my
It's not
phone.
about that, Gay. The people Gay doesn't get it. It's not about that. Gay, do you want to say a final word to Natalie before she moves on with her college day?
Stupid bunt. Try and get the new number.
See, he's challenging her.
But last time he challenged someone, they got his voicemail, remember?
Natalie,
No, they didn't get my voicemail
yeah.
password. We know how they got in.
Natalie, in case you're not aware, he just basically called you the C word, which is the worst word you could really call a woman, but you can't say it on the air, so he called you a bunt. He changed the first letter from a C to a B.
Thank you, Gay.
All right?
Welcome. Go leave your little sluggy trail somewhere else.
Good
one.
Trail.
Now he's calling you a slug. He called you a slug.
That's all right. It sounds great coming from a gay guy.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Now she's taking on the whole homosexual
I
population.
know.
All right. You guys want to meet for lunch or... No. All right.
No, I'll still be eating my breakfast,
Yeah.
so I don't have time.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling that's the case.
Remember, lunch takes 2 hours to digest a Triscuit. I'm
Well,
going to eat all day.
If breakfast takes 2 hours,
Oh,
I can only imagine lunch and dinners.
I know. When you go to the buffet, you got to be there all night.
All right. I'm sure you've been able to digest 9 inches in your day.
Gay.
Yeah, I like 9 inches.
Oh, it is. It's
Too
been
bad
a-
you don't have 2.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. I hope you find a little happiness somewhere along the way today.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right?
Yeah. Have a good gay day.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
There he goes.
Really?
Mm.
Just don't even react, dude.
Mm. Okay. You have a great gay day there, Gay. All right.
The T-Man Show.
All right, here's how bad it's gotten in the Pac-10 this year in college football. That's your alma mater, Terry.
It is.
Washington State has had their first string and second string quarterbacks go down.
Yeah.
They are now holding an open tryout later this week for a quarterback to play the rest of the season. So some little flag football punk is probably going to be the quarterback of the Cougars from now to the end of the year.
Whoa.
Either that or somebody who doesn't even play flag football is like, hey, I can throw a football really far.
Right. Just protect me and I'm good.
They're going to be on the team under center. They're holding an open tryout.
Yeah.
I guess you got to be enrolled.
You do.
But it's an open tryout to be a Pac-10 college quarterback.
Correct, sir.
In good standing on the squad. Open tryout for quarterback for Washington State and their football program.
Wow.
That's really cool, I think. I mean, it's sad for them, but
I
it's
almost makes
cool.
you want to enroll, huh?
Yeah, it's cool if you're a student.
If you're a student, you're like, I'm going to give it a shot.
That's right. Now, which hand do I use to throw? What do I do now?
Wait till the first time that a USC safety comes in untouched.
Yeah.
Ruben Mays. What's his name? Derek Mays?
No.
Something Mays.
Yeah.
I know the... What's the safety's name? The All-American.
USC.
Oh, Taylor Mays.
Taylor Mays. Taylor Mays
Taylor
comes
Mays.
flying in,
Yeah.
untouched, and knocks you ass out.
Yeah, and he would.
That's the hard part about playing quarterback.
Yeah.
And the phone book size.
Bring it on!
Yeah, and the phone book size playbook.
Oh, my God.
They got to memorize.
Yeah.
Like now.
I think they'll simplify it for him. If you're getting to these dire straits, that you're having an open tryout for a quarterback, I think you may give him a little break on not knowing the playbook from cover to cover.
What a story that'd be, huh?
Oh, my gosh. That's
There's probably some high school kid that was really good but didn't really want to play football anymore.
And
maybe-
Mark Wahlberg's ready to star in the movie. So there you go. Okay.
Wow.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Sign me up.
The T-Man Show.